Welcome to K-Fabe Commentary presents Bombshells. I'm your host, Leva Bates, and today I have the exciting pleasure of interviewing one Miss Mia Yim, also known as Jade from TNA. Welcome!
You're too excited.
I am.
Relax.
I've had a lot of sweet tarts and monsters leading up to this, so.
Where's my sweet tarts?
They're over there. I offered. You turned it down, Miss Elf.
I did not turn it down. Now she's a liar, guys.
So, welcome.
It's cold. I'm ready to go home.
Okay, we're in New Jersey right now.
It's like 45 degrees.
Huh?
It's 45 degrees here when we landed.
And it was probably, 75 right now in Orlando, where we live at.
Probably like 81 right now, but.
So, today we are having the exciting pleasure to talk about your career, life, and all things fun and geeky and nerdy. You ready?
I don't know anything geeky and nerdy you know this.
I know. This is why we're having when I have fun. But let's first, what everyone's here to talk about, let's talk about wrestling a little bit. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Tell me, because maybe I don't know, even though I'm your sister and one of your best friends, tell me, what made you get into wrestling? What was it that sparked, like, you know what, I could be a professional wrestler. This is what I want to do instead of being an accountant.
Blue Pants, everybody. She made me fall in love with wrestling. Oh, I want to be just like her. No, I'm just
As I roll my own.
No, I guess I was like 8 years old or whatever, and it was a family thing. It was my dad and my sister and me. We would watch TV or wrestling when my mom would cook dinner and everything. And like, I've always been a tomboy, so football, basketball, everything I wanted to play. But of course, only guys can play those sports. So we finally saw wrestling, and I really liked it. And then it wasn't until I saw Chyna and Lita where I was like, oh, women can wrestle too? Well, and they can wrestle dudes? Count me in. So I continue to watch until still to this day. And then my sister and my dad grew out of it.
Aw.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess they watch now that I'm on. So
you, obviously.
Yes, and my sister always thought I was just delusional, and my dad wanted me to just do IT for the rest of my life.
What's IC?
IT, information technology. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Be like a spy?
I'm not allowed to talk about that.
All right, growing up, who was your favorite? Like Chyna, you said, Lita.
Yeah, those were the two that I really grew up with. It wasn't until I got into wrestling that I got into the whole Joshi, Manome Toyota, Aja Kong. Those were my favorite. Miko
Did you find those through internet?
Yeah.
And stuff?
Yeah. So
I'm always intrigued how people find not the niche stuff, but back then in the day. How did you find that?
Well, I'm a baby, you know this. So by the time YouTube became a big thing, that's when I was able to search and stuff. But it wasn't
in a diaper.
No, I was already 15 or 16. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm breaking it here. Leva Bates is about 50 years old. So.
112. Thank you.
So I mean, growing up, it was always, at least before internet really blew up, it was always Chyna, Lita, Ivory, all the ones that, the WWF at the time, Attitude. And then when I finally got into wrestling and then YouTube just started to happen, everything, I started searching for just wrestling, and then I fumbled into the Japanese wrestling styles. That's and then cool. I just fell into that, and that's how I started my research.
Really cool. So. Who was your dad's favorite?
That's a good question. Probably The Rock, because he was all...
With the nation?
Yep. Oh, I'm half black and Korean, by the way. So, just letting that out there. My father loved the nation.
All right. So, after loving wrestling, did you go to a university? Did you go straight to wrestling school? What did you do? And how did that segue into wrestling?
I started training right after high school, and then I got a scholarship for volleyball. So I still went to school for college for 5 years, the next year because I transferred. But my dad made me agree to him that if I wanted to wrestle and go to wrestling school, I'd finish college, at least, get a degree and stuff. So while I was doing volleyball, full scholarship, college, I still went to training like maybe once or twice a week. And it wasn't until like off season that I got to go a little bit more. My college was about 2 hours from my wrestling school. So it would be after volleyball practice, go straight to training and then come back and all that stuff. So it was just a lot of time management, but I did go to college. I went to a really ghetto college at first, transferred for my last 2 years, or last 3 years, I guess. And it was closer to, I stayed at home with my mom, and then it was closer to the wrestling school and everything. So I got to kind of dive in a little bit more. And it wasn't until after I graduated finally that I got to really put in 100%, got to accept tours and things like that.
So your degree was in the spy stuff? The IT, the IC?
IT security.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So when wrestling, let's say, all right, I'm putting my wrestling shoes up, and I'm done with this stage of my life. Are you going to be like, the new James Bond?
Hell no.
Because that's what I want to do.
Oh, you want to do everything. You want to be a freaking super lady thing. I don't know. But my dad was also part of FBI, by the way. So originally that's what I wanted to do. But I guess now with wrestling and my background check with everything that I've done, I probably won't qualify. But
what makes you part of like the secret like squad that no one knows about? Well, I would say Suicide Squad, but you won't get that reference. So
is that the one with Harley and Will Smith?
Oh my God! I'm so proud of you.
It's because Will Smith, guys. It's the only reason.
Okay.
Wait, what were you asking?
Back to the wrestling. All right. So now you've trained. You graduated, you have a degree that helps you not at all with wrestling, but you have one, and parents are happy. I have one too.
It's a backup plan.
Make my mom happy. Now you're moving on, building up your career. What are some of, in your opinion, your more important, influential matches and moments and decisions you've made leading up to where you are now? Like, what would you say, like, oh, I'm really glad I went to this school, I'm really glad I moved, I'm really glad I did this, did that, I'm really glad I started working for this company? What are a few of those things that you really think helped you build the path that you are on today?
The biggest ones that I can think of off the top of my head, right after the beginning, like, I trained at this really crappy school. Trainer was a piece. He was just horrible. And then I got invited to train at CCW and Ring of Honor. So I was able to train at both schools. So I got to train at least 4 to 5 days a week. And then like my first, I want to say like a second or third match ever was with Sarah Del Rey. And so I got to start my career off with some of the best in the business, where Sarah gave me advice, tips, critiques, everything from the very beginning of my career until, she got signed to WWE and I started doing my own thing. So it was like several years that she was able to help me out with, along with training under Daisy Hayes at Ring of Honor, Mercedes Martinez. So like I think I was really lucky, just because I did get all that influence early on in my career and got to stay connected with all of them. So they helped me out a lot. Getting into Shimmer was a big one, and doing it the old school way, driving down and started off dark matches, Sparkle, and then finally making.
I think we had a Sparkle together, didn't we?
I think we did. So it's just, I guess also I'm very happy to say that I don't know if I should say this or not, but whatever. I'm glad that I don't have to suck anyone off or kiss ass or sleep around to be where I'm at now. I actually earned my freaking spot and the position that I'm in, and I'm proud to say that. So
it just got real up in here, guys. It just got real.
I think I've been in the business for long enough that I can finally say that. But I did have a lot of good influences, and a lot of people help me and show me exactly what needed to be done, rather than, I guess, most of the girls nowadays is just, oh, I'm gonna be cute and do this and see where I can go, No, I actually trained 5 days a week and listened to Sarah Del Rey, listened to Mercedes Martinez, and got to have friendships with you. Like, actually have real friends that is not just my friend of the month. So
I'm a real friend, guys.
That's my little rant.
What are we'll bring it back in a little bit. We'll bring it back in. What were some of your favorite matches that you've had? As the favorite opponents and anywhere. It could be in Japan, it could be in Shimmer, it could be at TNA, it could be wherever. Like, what are some of your favorites? I'm not gonna say your favorite, because for me, I can't pick just one favorite. So what are some of your favorites?
All of my Joshi matches at Shimmer, which thank you, Dave Prazak and Allison Danger. You guys are awesome for giving me those opportunities to be able, even though I haven't been to Japan in like a year or two now, like I'm still able to do, that's my favorite style, is Japanese style. So I'm able to still do that with the Joshi girls at Shimmer. So all of them, Akino, Yumi Oka, like all of them. Sarah Del Rey, every single one of our matches, it was just a learning step each and every match after the last one. What were you, the dancing thing? We wrestled each other at One Night Only like last week. What character were you? I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was from Clockwork Orange. I had a Clockwork Orange Droog, and I danced singing in the rain. So, yeah.
She had to show me the YouTube clip to that, so that's the only thing I can really associate with it. She was dancing in a suit. So, that was a fun match. I had really fun.
That was a lot of fun. So, One Night Only. Make sure you check it out.
All my matches with Gail has been awesome. Madison Rain. I love intergender wrestling, so like my feud with Greg Excellent is probably one of the top 3, I would say, in my book. Every single match with him was just so much fun, and got to wrestle my boyfriend Eddie Kingston, which was a lot of fun because we still told a story. And
is that the one I saw?
Yes.
Where you punched him?
It was in the rib.
In the middle of this match I'm watching, and I'm dressed up as Eddie Kingston at this point, just for giggles.
With the bandana and stuff? Yeah.
In the middle of the match, they're wrestling, all of a sudden she goes, BAM!
It was only in the ribs. You make it sound like it was in the face. First of all, he slapped me in the face when I told him don't slap me in the face, and he slapped me in the face, so I punched him in the rib. That's what really happened.
Like, shoot, it was awesome. I was like, I think we had it. This is awesome chant at one point.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it is love.
It was a really good match.
He was hurting for a couple months. I think I really it was an accident, guys, for both of us. So like that was really fun. It's nice because at least I could say all the intergender matches that I've had, we did tell a story where rant number 2. Intergender matches nowadays don't tell damn thing. No story, just high spots everywhere. So I'm proud to say that my intergender matches, whether it be my boyfriend or with Greg Excellent, guess what? We had a story. Oh my God, wouldn't you know it? So all the girls doing intergender matches nowadays, at least tell a story. Don't just, I want to do flips and dives and catch me do this. No. Okay, I'm done.
Guys, you are getting a treat today.
Oh, man.
Holy shit. Holy shit. But, you know, I mean that's a valid opinion. When people ask me about intergender matches, I say the same thing. I like intergender matches.
Yeah.
Just long as it tells a believable story.
Right. It needs,
if you see a girl who's 5'1" picking up a guy and like, you know, who's 6 foot and like, you know, pressing him and doing all this crazy, it's not believable. It's got to be believable because then you lose your audience.
Yeah. And granted, you know, my match with Greg, okay, I'm 5'7". How much did I was like 140 at the time. Greg, I love you, Greg. Greg Excellent, by the way. He's like 6'1", 300 something pounds. He's not a small guy. And you know, I did do stuff to him which wasn't believable, but that's just us having fun. And it was the story of
I built up to it though, right?
Yeah, we had 3 matches.
It's like Andre and Hogan.
Right. We had 3 matches. The last one was a TLC match, and I started off as a heel because I was managing Adam Cole at the time, and him and Greg were doing the thing, and I always just cheated anytime I could get. So they finally put us together. So I started off as a heel, but at the end of the TLC match, I ended up as a babyface because I finally, after every match, I lose. And now I finally beat him, and it was finally like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Now I'm a good guy. But I mean, it was still a story to it, you know?
Yeah,
so.
it was definite beginning, middle, and finish. So
Right.
You guys went to a point.
Yeah.
So, all right, so we discussed favorite matches, favorite opponents. You went on rant number 2. Let's move on to what are some, looking at your career in 2016, and all the way up, you've done so much. You've been to Japan, you've been to China, you've been to England, you've done NXT, you've done TNA, you've done Shimmer, Shine, WSU, you've been everywhere. What is next for Miss Mia Yim, Jade?
Honestly, I have no idea, just because every goal that I set for myself from the beginning of my career, I have accomplished it. And it's always been, when I first started, I never thought I would make it on TV. I was a little bit heavier. I didn't know anything about working out. I was told I didn't have to look for TV, and I was too unique or whatever. And, back then it was the Kellys and the Bellas and, blonde white girls, whatever. So I was never, no offense, even though you're black hair.
I look weird. It's okay. I'm okay with that.
So I never really thought I ever would make it to TV, so I never tried. My main goal was Japan. So when I finally got to Japan, I was like, okay, let me go to another country. And then I go to China, I go to the Philippines, I go to Ecuador. So I'm going to all these places like, okay, maybe I will try TV. I've done everything else. What else is there? So did a little bit of NXT. Finally got signed to TNA, and it was like, okay, now that I'm at TNA, let me see how I can climb up the ladder, maybe win a belt, because I've never, in the independents, I don't win, guys. I don't, I don't care. I'm not bitter about it, but when people look at me, I'm not a Shimmer champion. I'm not WSU Spirit champion. I'm not that there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I've never had a championship other than Shine, when we were the first tag team champion, and like I was Shine champion. So other than Shine, I've never really had anything. So once I signed to TNA, I was like, okay, let me just have fun here, see what I can do. And then when I re-signed, I was like, I want to see if I can reach to the top. And now I actually won the TNA Knockouts Championship.
I witnessed it.
I know.
Live. And someone didn't tell me it was happening. So I'm watching.
First of all, I didn't know until maybe an hour before, because I'm just like, all right, so what are we doing? And they're like, yeah. I was like, what's this mean? So I didn't know, and I think they purposely made sure that I didn't know. I don't know, I guess.
Maybe it's like happy surprise. Like,
yeah.
Surprise!
I was like, oh, damn. and earlier that day, I also won the Knockouts Gauntlet thing for the Queen of Knockouts. So, like, in 1 week of tapings, I've done more. Like, I've been more successful as far as wins and championships and stuff than I have my whole 7 years, in wrestling. So it's like, I'm not used to it. I
enjoy it, man.
I'm trying to, but I keep my head on my shoulders, and I don't like egos. I don't like big-headedness. And
You've never been like that, though. Even when you did, like, we were the tag champions, or even when you were Shine champion, you never like that. So, and I don't see this changing you. So
yeah, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people. It was funny because the next day when I came to tapings, everyone was like, "Good morning, champ. How are you, champ?" And I just keep walking because it goes, "Who's champ? Who's champ?" Oh man, that's me. But it's just like, to me, it's the people that could have had an ego or could have been big-headed when I first started. They didn't, because they were always real and humble, and they knew who they were. And that's, like I said, that's what I grew up with. So I'm not gonna be, oh yeah, I'm a Knockouts champ now, so go give me go get me some soda. I want green M&Ms in a crystal bowl only.
Yes, I was hoping so. I was just about to make that reference. You made it for me. Thank you.
So I've just always been against that, and it's just like, I'm still the same as I was years ago.
Yeah.
I know who my real friends are. I'm gonna be nice no matter what, whatever. But I know who my real friends are, and I know who I trust. Sometimes, if I have to be mean, I will. I don't let people walk all over me, but it's really cool. Like every goal that I set. And it's cool because when I first started, it was, you'll never make it on TV. You're not pretty enough for TV. You're too fat for TV. And it's like, it's nice to finally sit here and be like, well, now what? Yeah. And in a non-asshole way.
You're proving people wrong.
Right.
You're proving the naysayers, and now they have to sit back and suck on their own negativity.
Yeah. So. And it's funny because like half of those people back then, all of a sudden is, congratulations, I knew you could do it. I'm like, yeah. Yes, you did. Sure you did. So it's like, it's funny because like when I was in high school, I would tell them, yeah, I'm training for wrestling. I hope I can do something with wrestling. And then they'll just laugh at me because I grew up not a geek, what's the word? Like a dork. Like nobody really, I was invisible. I was never the pretty girl. I still don't think, I don't care. I have, like I said, I have my friends, I have my boyfriend, I have my family. I don't care if people think I'm hot or ugly. So it's really cool that the kids that made fun of me and threw rocks at me and said, you're ugly, are now Facebook messaging me, oh, congratulations, so happy for all your success, da da da. It's like, okay, well, thanks. What are you doing?
Yeah.
So
that's increased a lot, hasn't it, for you? Like the whole, hey, we haven't talked in like 10 years, but what's up, man? Oh, by the way, my cousin wants a picture. Can you send them a picture? Because I know I'm getting that, so you have to be getting that.
And I'll be like, yeah, $10. I'm not giving you no hookup. So yeah, it is. But I mean, like I said, I know who my real friends are. So I am still nice to them because there's no purpose in being mean unless they're mean to me first. It's just, I can weed them out. And especially now, people that changed when we were first friends and then that changed and all of a sudden they wonder why I kind of like, okay. And now all of a sudden they're hitting me up again. It's like, you just proved my point on why I kind of X'd you out of my life.
Sometimes you have to like bring your circle a little bit just to protect yourself a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. After... Oh.
I don't know about you, but like I almost thank the haters, like the kids that made fun of me, and like people are like, "What? You're really doing that? There's no way you're ever gonna make it."
They motivated
us.
Like
that's what motivated me to actually keep working, keep trying, and still to this day, I'm still working. I'm never gonna stop.
Oh, exactly, exactly, and that's the point too. Like even though I am at the top in my opinion, like from what I started, I still go to training as much as I can. I still go to the gym because I can always get better. I'm not the best. I don't think I'm the best, but I can always try to be the best. So there's no stopping training or going to the gym or anything like that. So it's nice. It's just now, I guess the only goal I can really say is like, Gail Kim also influenced me even before I signed. When I did the One Night Only, she was always there to help me, give me critiques and everything. And it's like, I want to follow in her footsteps. So when she decides, she wants to step down or stop wrestling or something, like I would love to fill her shoes and I want her to be proud of me enough where I can kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Fulfill a destiny.
Right. She can pass the torch to me.
Yeah.
And be proud of that. So I guess that's my next
to be a leader.
Yeah.
To be a locker room leader and a ring leader.
Yeah, in the right way. There's still some vets out there that act like children, and I want people to have the same influences and motivation that I did when I was.
You want to be a positive role model like Sarah, Gail, and like Daisy were to you.
Exactly. If you put me in that list, I would be satisfied with my career, and then I'm ready to step down and pop out some babies.
So that's actually a goal of yours, is to be a mom.
Way down the line.
Yeah. But eventually that's...
Knock on wood. All right, cool.
So.
Way down the line. First.
Well, I mean, some girls don't want kids at all.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, if I have kids, technically
I am the world's greatest aunt. I am. I'm like the great crazy aunt. Like, I could tell you stories about embarrassing my nieces.
That's fine with me because I hate kids anyway. I just want to continue on with the name and see what a Black Korean
Yim
Irish
name.
Yeah. See what a Black Korean, Irish, and Puerto Rican baby would look like, and be like, oh, this is cute. Here you go. You can watch it now.
And then I get to go embarrass it.
So
it's super, super clear vampire aunt.
you won't age. They'll go to college and you'll still look the same.
That's the point.
But yeah, I guess as far as like goals like that, like I definitely want to get married and have kids, and it's nice to have a backup plan after wrestling because I know I'm done at 30. I might stick around just to like help the younger kids and give them advice, but I'm not. I want to be done at 30. I want to be married, have kids, and just
Like 30?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. I'm coming to New Jersey, this 45-degree weather, my knees are hurting, I feel like glass. Like, how am I gonna? So that's the goal, and maybe work for.
How old are you now?
I'm turning 27 in 3 weeks.
Oh, I forget how young you are. I guess when you're 100 plus, you age is.
Here's the thing: you're the vampire. You're like the 1 in 1,000 white people that don't age. And I am Asian and Black, and we don't crack. So we're good. We're good for a little bit. But then, being Asian, I'll like be 95, and then the next morning I'll look like I just aged a million years.
Speaking of Eddie Kingston, you guys are a couple, and he's a wrestler and you're a wrestler, so you guys are one of the actual working, successful wrestling couples in the business. Talk about that. Like, did you guys meet through wrestling, and do you think wrestling keeps you guys stronger and dating a wrestler is better than dating someone who's not in the business? There's a lot of questions here, so feel free to just talk about it.
Eddie and I did meet through wrestling. We started off as friends, and it was funny because like we, guys in the business, especially with women, they just think they can have anybody, whatever. But Eddie was really cool because he was genuinely a friend. He never crossed the line. He never said any pervy jokes. Like, he was strictly just a friend that never crossed the line that most male wrestlers cross. So we always had a friendship at first, and then it just developed through time. We dated in 2012. It was off and on just because, one, I was young, and stupid Asian in me was like, oh, let's get married and let's have babies. And, he was like, wow, this is really kind of fast. Let's slow it down a bit. You know what? I think I'm out. So we dated on and off for a year in 2012, and then we finally, took a break, broke up. I went into another relationship, was probably my worst relationship, another wrestler, but it was my worst relationship. And it kind of brought us back together because we were separated for 2 years, and while I was with this other guy, he, did his thing, whatever. He's single, doing whatever. Well, this whole time he grew to start missing me and realizing, oh, maybe I do have like strong, because his thing was commitment. So he was like, maybe I do have strong feelings for her. I still think about her every day. I pray for her every day, da da da. So finally, when this relationship ended, he helped me through so much because it was legally, I'm trying to figure out like what to say about it. Let's just say that it was very.
He was there for you. That's all you have to say. Yes. He was there for you when you needed someone.
Right, him, and you were too. You guys were a big part, and he was there as a friend. He did admit to me that he did love me and stuff like that. So then, in time, we got back together. We've been together for a little over a year. Now. So I guess a combination of 2 years. I don't know. But we try to keep. There's a lot of couples out there right now that's doing like tag teams together, or like managing, the girlfriend's managing boyfriend, da 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 da. We try to keep it separate, have our own separate brands. So even though it is out there that I'm with Eddie Kingston, we'll travel together and everything, but we're not like Eddie Kingston and Mia Yim versus da 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 da, so we try to keep separate with that.
Your careers are your own careers
right,
by themselves.
Right. and we did have a match together, which is just something that I wanted. So he was like, okay, yeah, sure. But it wasn't anything that was going to lead up into.
It was for the convention, right?
Right,
yeah, it was
right.
For the convention match.
As far as everything like at home, it's nice because no matter what happens, which I love about him is, one, he's not jealous, which a lot of guys in the business are, and they're insecure. Same with women, you know, we're not the best, but he's not jealous. He's very secure. He trusts me. And especially after that last relationship, like, you know, I was really messed up in the head. So he helped me get through a lot of my problems that I had. So he was always there no matter how hard it was. So he was very supportive. And even though, you know, I'm on TV and he's not, he's always there to be there, listen to me, or, you know, if I need to rant about something or talk to somebody, he's always there. And he's not like, you know, why don't you bring me on into TV? Or he's never like that. So it's nice that he takes care of me in every way as far as, you know, professional, personal, everything. So it's nice to have someone that isn't accusing me of cheating, or, you know, I go to TV and it's like, oh, are you talking to this guy? What are you taking pictures with this guy for? Blah, blah, blah. He knows that I'm coming home to him and I'm, you know, I've been cheated on. So I would never do that to somebody. And he knows that I would never do that to him. But it's funny because, like, I dated a guy, when I first started wrestling, I dated a guy that wasn't a wrestler. And this was when I was managing Adam Cole at CCW. And we did the whole, you know, we were the couple or whatever. He hated it because he didn't understand that it's not real.
It's a
like,
storyline.
Right. You know, me and him, we're not really making out like in the back or whatever. So he didn't understand that what he saw online or like the iPay-per-views and stuff, like, it was just for show. So he thought I was legit cheating on him and doing it on camera. And it's nice because Eddie knows, you know, if you have to, I understand his story, you know, you're coming home to me, blah, blah, blah. But I do notice that a lot of couples that I see now are very in competition with everybody, you know. Oh, you're doing TV? Well, I gotta do TV. Or, oh, you're a champion here? I gotta be a champion here. Bring me into here. Blah, blah, blah. And it's...
With each other, like the couples.
Exactly. Like, that's why we like to keep our brands separate, because even if we start working together, I see it everywhere. There's always competition, no matter.
You're secure with your individual careers and selves, but you can also be strong, but you can also be your own thing.
Exactly.
Technically, you guys don't really need each other to further your careers, what you're saying. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you can help each other, but you don't need it.
Right, right. And we look at it as what money we make, it's our money. So if I make a lot of money, it's his money. If he makes a lot of money, it's my, like, it's our money. So it's like we're married, but just not technically yet. It's just, it sucks to see that all the couples that we would sit back and watch is always fighting, you know, with each other as far as, you know, the jealousy, the insecurity, the lies, the cheats, you know, oh, you're posting this picture on Instagram. Why are you doing this? And that's supposed to be mine. Why are you showing it off? It's just, it's high school all over again. So if you're just secure with yourself and with each other, then it's fine. So it's like, I love the relationship that we're in because we dated, we knew, you know, what we were getting into, but then we also had that break to really know what, you know, I had to grow up a bit. So I had 2 years to go through some real life bull crap. So I had to grow up a bit, and he needed those 2 years to really realize, oh, this is the girl that I love, and this is the girl that I want to be with after whatever. So when we got back together, we kind of leveled out and had an understanding, and we both, you know, it brought us back together. So it was really nice that now that we have new challenges as far as, you know, me being on TV and having to deal with, you know, psycho fans or something, or him having to deal with, oh, Jade from TNA is your girlfriend, huh? Like, him having to get used to that. We're still learning these things with each other. And the best part is communication. We talk. Yeah. We don't, whatever feeling we have, we tell each other so we could talk it out and exit out immediately rather than just have it inside and just blow up. So communication and trust is a big thing. So, I mean, I like it. I love him.
So as a wrestler, do you, at least for you, it's probably because obviously who the person is, but dating another wrestler is probably more.
It's harder
harder?
I think it's harder because when I did date, like me and Eddie, we have an understanding. So like this is probably the most successful relationship I've had. So this is excluding him. But as far as like the last male wrestler that I dated, I was, you're cheating on me. You taking pictures with this guy. You're cheating on me with him. Why are you wearing that? And you going out like that? And it's just...
You think that'd be more so because he's a wrestler? Or do you think it's do you think a non-wrestler would do the same? Like, because you said your first relationship, he was kind of insecure. Do you think it's possible for a wrestler to date a non-wrestler?
It is definitely possible because the only issue that we had, the guy that wasn't a wrestler, the only issue we had was he couldn't understand that what I do in the ring or in wrestling is not my real life.
Yeah.
I'm not...
It's like an actor in a movie.
Right. I'm not going home with Adam Cole. I'm not, making out with Adam Cole to throw it in your face. So he couldn't understand that was all just work.
Could also be maybe a young thing, like an age thing, like because you guys were pretty young then, right?
Yeah, because we were both in college, so it could. And then also, all of his friends knew I was a wrestler. They're all not wrestlers either, but like some of them are fans, so they'll be like, "Oh, look at this picture of her making out with this guy. You're just gonna let this happen?" So it's like his friend.
So he's being egged on.
Yeah. So I mean, other than that, like,
because that's always a debate, at least for us women, to do we date within the business? Because not saying all male wrestlers are scums, because they're not, but there's a lot of bad mixed in with a lot of good.
Yeah.
So do you date a fellow wrestler or do you date outside? Because then you date someone outside, they don't understand the time, why are you gone so much?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? Why is this? It's that weird balance, and I think you got lucky by finding someone who is secure in himself, and maybe it's also you guys had to grow up, and maybe it's an age thing where it's like young couples, I'm not saying that it can't be successful, but like the 20-year-olds probably need to take a couple steps back from relationships and really focus on your career, and then focus on the relationships when you're older, mature, get the wild oats out of your system.
But that's also another thing where like Eddie's 34, I'm 27, so like he's a little bit older and mature, whereas if you want to sow your oats and stuff, especially for women, first of all, if you're going to date in the business, you don't want to date, one guy and then another guy and then another guy and then another guy, because then you're going to get that bad rep. Or you also don't want to mess around with this guy, because first of all, guys talk. It's obvious guys talk, and then you look horrible. No matter how professional you are, you look horrible. So if you're young and you want to have fun, do it. Just be careful, because I compare wrestling to high school. Guys talk with each other, same with girls, but it's such a double standard still to this freaking day where, it's nice that at least me and Eddie, when we got back together, we have history. When we got back together, it was right after my shitty relationship, but, we had history, and now everyone knows that we're together, and, that's done and over with, whereas there's other girls that's like, oh man, he's too insecure, so I'm going to go with this guy. Oh man, he's too jealous, so I'm going to go over this guy. And then it starts to get around like, oh, you get around, huh?
Your advice for girls, or just to watch where you go?
Yeah, I see it happen everywhere. And even with like thankfully like some of my friends are in committed relationships or something, or even when they do go out and do their thing, like at least they're secretive about it. They don't openly do stuff out, oh, I'm going to kiss this guy on Instagram and then next week I'm going to be with this guy. Like there's so many stupid things, any little thing. Just be careful, because like I said, guys talk, and once your reputation is ruined from that, it's really hard to bounce back from that crap. Especially if you want to make it on TV, you better hope that you ain't doing some stuff that's, I don't know, recorded. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't make any sex tapes. Don't send out nude pictures, because guys share that crap. So it's just, the obvious stuff. And my dad being from, he was in the FBI for the missing children and like child pornography and stuff like that. So I was always, drilled into my head, don't do this, don't do that online, it's going to get out. So I've always been very I've always been very uptight with online stuff anyway, as far as, you know, Skyping and all that crap. But there's a lot of people that just don't think about it. And if you're a female and you want to make it on TV, the minute your nude is leaked, guess what? Say bye to your career. But I mean, I don't know. That's
so if you had to give advice to aspiring young women out there who want to be into wrestling, keep it in your pants and don't make sex tapes.
Pretty much. But I mean, like, you know, no matter what, your whole career you're around these guys. So I'm not gonna say don't date them, because eventually you're gonna, you know, you're around them all the time. What else are you gonna do, you know? So I mean, yeah, do your thing, have fun, date, just be careful with it. Like it's just the basic protection of it all. Protect your name, protect your brand, you know. If you want to date, sure, date, but don't just openly date one guy, take pictures with this guy, and then openly date another guy, or screw one guy. Like, just watch your ass.
We're gonna do a part now. I'll probably do this with all of my interviews. We're gonna do a top 5. And since my partner here, I take her to a geek pub. It's literally a geek pub. It's a pub for geeks and gamers. I take her to trivia there all the time, and she is just the best, and by best, I mean worst partner to have. So top 5 favorite superheroes. Somebody want to limit it to Marvel or DC. It can be any superheroes. Top 5 superheroes.
Deadpool.
Okay, because you saw that movie and you liked that one, right?
Yes, I did.
Saw it twice.
Deadpool.
What? It can also be bad guys. Like, it doesn't have to be a good guy. Like, oh, I really like, you know, the Joker. Like, I'll allow that. Because I know, like, don't you have, like, a Joker thing? Or is that more?
No, that's Eddie.
That's all Eddie? Okay.
Yeah.
So Deadpool and Deadpool, apparently. So we'll do Deadpool and Lady Deadpool for you.
There's no movie out on her yet.
No, it's not. But there is a Lady Deadpool. There's actually a Deadpool core where it's Deadpool, Lady Deadpool, Headpool, Dogpool, Catpool. Because it's all alternate dimension versions of him, and they all meet together. It's tongue-in-cheek silly. So, yeah, the girl's all pretty hot. Like, boom, boom. All right, so we got Deadpool. Okay, we can branch out into other, like, heroes. Like if you want to branch out to, like, Star Wars and others, like, who are... Oh, God, you're the worst.
Star Wars.
You're the worst.
I seen that movie. That was...
Okay.
Who's the black guy in that movie? I choose him.
Lando?
Yep.
Or Finn, the new one?
The new one? All the same to me.
I want to give you Lando, because Lando's cooler points for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Lando.
Oh, here we go.
What's the Galaxy one?
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy.
How about all 4 of those?
Oh, there you go.
The tree, the fox,
It's a raccoon.
Batista, and your favorite guy,
Star-Lord?
Chris Pratt.
Yes. So, all right. So, Mia Yim's top 5 superheroes. Chris Pratt, Dave Batista, a fox, a tree, Deadpool, and Lando Calrissian.
So I got 6. It's more than I thought I'd ever know.
Oh, great. All right. Something that you actually know about. Top 5 Disney. There we go. This is what she's good at, guys. Disney. If you don't know Mia Yim, then you don't know Disney.
Thank you. Exactly. Mickey, Elsa. I'm gonna branch it a little bit. Rapunzel, Mulan, obviously.
Really, Rapunzel?
Yeah, I liked her in Tangle.
Oh, okay. I've never seen that. I guess where I know all the stuff about superheroes I lack in Disney.
Good thing I DVR Tangled. We're having a sleepover.
Oh, God.
And let's see, the last one.
So we got Mickey.
Let's see.
What is it about Mickey? Is it just because he's the original? Like, yeah.
The story with Mickey and I, we go way back.
Oh, okay. We got a story, guys.
So when I was 2, my cousin gave me this like vintage Mickey Mouse, and ever since then, I slept with him. I brought him everywhere. I still have him.
Is that the one you take with you everywhere?
No, that's a substitute because I used to take him everywhere, and then I lost him in California, so I went back and I found him. So I decided I'm never going to travel with him. So I got a substitute.
A travel Mickey.
Yeah. So
okay.
I have a travel Mickey and then my vintage Mickey who's 25 years old. He's at home right now with my man and my baby, Stannis. So that's my story with Mickey. And ever since then, like, you know, I watched the classics when I was young, go to Disney World as much as I can. I'm trying to go to every single Disneyland world and everywhere. So I've been in Japan, California, hoping to go to France if, you know what, I might just leave Eddie. I might just go to France by my damn self.
You got 4. Who's the 5th?
Let's see.
Out of all of Disney.
So many choices.
See, I'm a fan of like the mid-90s, 2000 Disney. Oh,
you don't like the classics?
Huh?
You don't like the classics?
I like the classics, but like I grew up with like Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast and Lion King. But that's like my generation of Disney. Hakuna Matata, man.
Do can the bad queens, do they count, or is it just
anyone?
Maleficent?
Woo! I did that costume.
I remember.
Did 2 of them.
Didn't you have trouble getting the horns? Like that was just.
Oh God, that was hard. That was so hard to make. Like I tried to do plaster of Paris horns. Oh God, that was definitely like I was all about like heroes of cosplay. They can make stuff from scratch. So can I.
When we did the tag team and then we had to cosplay half of the stuff that she wanted to and make gear and put stuff together, I think my best costume was freaking Glenn from Walking Dead just because his jeans and a t-shirt and a hat.
Yeah, they had the hat.
That was my version of cosplay. Is everything else she made.
I remember after we wrestled, you're like, I want to wrestle in jeans all the time. That was fantastic.
It was great. Except I had to like write it up whenever I want to do like a drop kick or something. Oh, and I had a gun. I wish I had bullets for the gun. I would have shot.
That was a fun promo shoot too. When we had zombies and we were like...
It took so long though. And it was hot.
It was fun though, but that's
fun.
That's like me. I want to make mini movies. That's my thing. I want to be a movie star. So
she makes mini movies and I take selfie promos like this, and then 30 seconds and I'm done.
And I'm like, all right, so we got this. I got this whole storyboard. We got this location.
She draws storyboards with stick figures. Like, okay, and this is you, and this is what we're gonna do. I'm like, First of all, I don't even know what we are.
I gave you eyes, so you know which one you were. Like,
no eyes. Eyes.
Oh, speaking of promos, we got another good story you wanted to tell about us filming a promo. When I did the bathtub scene.
Oh God, she needed a body double, right, for this promo. Some creepy thing. I don't know. She needed a body in a bathtub. So she fills up the bathtub. I'm like, all right, cool. She's like, it's a little bit warm. So I'm like, all right, that's fine. You know, I like hot showers. Put my toe in. It's like 3rd-degree burns. I swear to God, she's a vampire. When everyone thinks I'm joking, but she bathes in scalding, boiling water.
I was trying to make it nice and comfortable and toasty so she'd be comfortable while we were filming this.
No, I forced my ass in there. And by the time I got out, I was red from here down. And she's just like, oh, but it's just lukewarm.
And I'm like putting my hand in, not even flinching. I'm like, I don't get it. What is? So apparently I have a high tolerance to hot water.
She might have broken her freaking ankle and she don't know it because she has a high tolerance.
We're discussing my ankle. It's a little bit swollen. We're not really sure. I can still walk on it, but...
She's immortal, guys.
But it was, so...
Fucking weirdo.
So now she makes fun of me for taking scalding showers.
Oh, yeah.
So.
You'll just text me like, I just got out of the shower. I'm like, oh, you're alive. Any normal human being would be freaking dead. So,
since you are talking to me and the Queen of Cosplay, so is Glenn your favorite cosplay that we've done?
Of course not. It was Elsa and Anna, duh.
Oh, yeah.
With
that was
Olaf,
just normally regular gear for you, actually.
I know. You didn't have to make my gear. I already had a Frozen set, so.
No, I didn't make Anna. And then we came out with an Olaf, and Joey Ryan put it down his pants.
Yes, he did.
And then we put it in his mouth.
Yes, we did.
That was a fun match.
That was a really
Check
fun
that out in the
match.
high spots. Queen's of Combat. That's Joey Ryan as Queen.
That was a great match.
That was good. All right, so we discussed your top favorite superheroes, which you know nothing about.
What's your top favorite superheroes?
Oh God.
5. Only 5.
Oh man, well, you're gonna have to be more specific. Are we gonna do just comic books? Are we gonna do like the movie cinematic universe? Or are we gonna talk about all heroes encompassing? Okay, we're just gonna do comic books. Okay.
Yeah.
Deadpool's definitely up there, but I'm not on the Deadpool bandwagon. I've loved Deadpool since I worked at the comic book store like 6-7 years ago when I was bored and I was like, what is this Spider-Man ripoff? Oh my God, this is hilarious. So
you
Deadpool.
think I just jumped on the bandwagon?
Well, a little bit, but I don't blame you. I mean, as long as it's getting popular, I don't mind. Because that movie was awesome. I saw it twice. I want to see it again, but I haven't had time. Maybe I'll go see that instead of Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, Superman dies anyway, so that's cool.
Oh wow, like it's so hard to narrow them down because I mean.
All right, how about the ones that I would know?
Oh God.
Yeah.
That
Keep it
you would
very
know.
broad.
I do love Hawkeye. Hawkeye was one of my favorites growing up, just because.
Jeremy Renner, I know that one.
You know, and it's played by the guy, one of the actual white guys you think is hot.
Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, she thought was like, him and Tom Hardy, Leva, you're a team.
Do you know there's a movie with 2 Tom Hardys?
Yes, Legend, right? I'm Legend?
watching
No, just Legend.
Just Legend.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I want to see it.
I'm seeing it when I get home.
Maybe we'll have a movie night.
Yes.
Popcorn and Tom Hardy. Yes. You totally distracted me from what I was saying.
Sorry, it was.
So what did I say? Hawkeye, Deadpool. I mean, it's very like typical, but Batman, honestly, like he's the ultimate without being super powered. He's just smart and rich. He made it work. No, it's kind of like Tony Stark, but he's just way more badass. I like Tony Stark, but you know the whole alcoholism thing.
That's Ben Affleck, everybody. Who don't know, it's Ben Affleck. Continue.
Well, it depends. Could it be Michael Keaton? Could it be Adam West? Could it be, Christian Bale? Could it be Val Kilmer? George Clooney? There's been a lot of Batmans.
Ben Affleck, everybody.
Kevin Conroy, my favorite.
Yep.
Growing up, my favorite was Harley Quinn. Absolutely, like because of the animated series. But now it's got so oversaturated. I'm just kind of like. I'm like turned into that old cranky hipster geek. I'm like, everyone loves Harley Quinn. So, but yeah, I almost got a tattoo of Harley Quinn because I was Harley Quinn growing up. The blonde hair, pigtails, that was me.
I remember those pictures.
So that's 4, right?
You said Batman, Deadpool, Harley Quinn, and Hawkeye. Yeah, 4.
It depends because it'll change. Like I love. Like, it's a character you won't know, but I love Phantom X. Because I just love, like, his arc in X-Force. I just loved. And the fact that, like, he was in love with Psylocke, but then got messed up, and now there's another version of him, and now he's with, it's just so weird and awesome. His powers are really cool, and you're completely lost. Okay, so I'm just going to say Green Arrow since you don't know who I'm talking about.
Who's Green Arrow?
Because she doesn't know Phantom X. Anyway.
Is that like part of the X-Men?
Yes. X-Force, actually. It's like a secret op group. I love all. Like, also Magneto. Oh my god, his story arcs. Just because he's a villain, but he's not just, I'm a bad guy, mwahaha. He's actually driven and purpose, and there's a reason why he's molded and shaped to do what he's done. And this interview is not about me.
Oh no, please. I'm so...
You asked me the question.
I'm enlightened by this
This is our normal conversation. She gets me going, and I'll talk literally about 10 minutes about some sort of a geeky thing.
Oh, when we're doing trivia at this geek pub thing, first of all, it's always a night where it's like, oh, Star Wars is releasing tonight, so they do a whole freaking thing of Star Wars. The whole freaking thing of Doctor Who. I don't even know what that is. And all this other dumb...
Star Trek.
Oh, God, Star Trek is the
I was
dumbest.
really good at that one.
What else? When they ask Disney questions, I got it. When they ask animals, okay, kind of. Will Smith, Men in Black, Aliens for Star Wars night? I got that question, but...
One question about Will Smith.
It's more than 0. Okay, I contributed that night, which is more than what I can say every other freaking week.
Yeah, true, though. I, for some reason, always get the Tom Cruise questions every time.
Yeah,
I think every time we go, I always tweet out, like, by God, I know my Tom Cruise.
And there's always one on every night.
I know. That or Hugo Weaving, because that's his favorite. The guy who runs trivia, his favorite actor is Hugo Weaving. So if you want to get extra points, you write Hugo Weaving for some reason. You get extra points.
I don't even know who that is. So.
Oh my God. All right. Matrix?
Okay, what about Keanu?
No, he was the one that was hunting Keanu the entire time. The guy with the glasses.
His name is
Mr.
Hugo?
Anderson. And he was like...
Oh, what an ugly name for that guy.
And then he was also in Lord of the Rings and like
yeah,
Hobbit.
the little thing with the...
Yes, he was an elf. He was an elf king.
So stupid these days. These dumb
This is what I have to deal with, people.
See, I like...
What do you like? Tell us your likes. What are your likes?
I like, Gone Girl, thrillers, comedies, Superbad, action, Scarface.
So are these like your favorite in these genres? Like Scarface is your favorite?
Oh, no. I mean, it's not my favorite. It's just, I like Scarface. Superbad is my favorite comedy. I love, like, thrillers, especially with twists at the end. So, like, Gone Girl, I read the book and watched the movie. Ben Affleck. No, he's not another one, by the way. He's okay. He's not
So are
Tom
you a big
Hardy.
Ben Affleck fan?
He kind of won me over in Gone Girl. And then I saw him in the Batman versus thing.
Which you saw before I have.
Yeah, and I legit almost fell asleep. I wanted to leave so bad because, one, Eddie's enjoying his ass off. So I'm like, man, how can I ruin his happiness? Two, I'm in a crowd. This is opening night. First of all, he bought the tickets like a month ago, and there was only 2 seats available. So we're sitting up close, and it's IMAX. So I'm watching like this, and it's in a room full of freaking nerds. So even the trailers for World of Warcraft or whatever.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's a good trailer.
Everybody's clapping and cheering. I'm like, you guys are cheering for these monster things?
Yeah, those are awesome. Okay, sorry.
So then the movie finally plays, and I'm confused.
Did they have any more DC movies attached to it? Like anywhere?
Maybe, I don't know. I saw...
Suicide Club. Did they have the Suicide Club trailer?
Yes, they did.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, they had that one. And once again, the whole crowd was like, oh, Suicide Squad. I'm like, all right, cool. It's just
Has Will
movie,
Smith?
guys. Yeah, I can watch I Am Legend at home. I have Men in Black. I can wait until this crap comes on DVD.
We're about to do a top 5 Will Smith in a minute, but continue on. Continue on.
So, movies going on. So apparently, Ben Affleck's parents get shot when he's like a kid or whatever.
Spoiler alert if you haven't watched this yet.
Yeah.
That's okay. Continue on.
So I don't read the comic books. I know nothing about Batman or Superman. I don't know any of this. So then all of a sudden there's like green gems, a big green diamond thing, and like green mist.
That's kryptonite.
Yes. Guess what? You know how I found out? Babe, what is this crap? That's kryptonite. What is a kryptonite? So I'm confused as to what this green stuff is. Oh, look, Superman, he has beams coming out of his eyes. Is he like that X-Men guy? Like, now I'm confused. Like, are they...
No, he has laser beam eyes. He's always had laser beam eyes.
I didn't know this. I thought he was just strong and can fly. So apparently he can spit laser beams out of his eyes. Batman. Good for you. You have a freaking cool car. What do you want? And and the thing that really pissed me off.
Oh, here we go.
Superman has a girlfriend and it kept cutting to that boring ass bitch every freaking 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm tired of this damn movie. I thought this was an action movie. Didn't even get into the action until the last 20 minutes. And it's always cutting to Superman making out with this freaking lady.
Lois Lane?
Whatever. And I'm like, all right, when are we going to get to the action? The action comes and it's
Tell us about Jason Momoa.
the best 5 seconds in the movie.
Who's only in it for 5 seconds?
It legit was just him in water, and his hair looks like a Pantene commercial. It was beautiful. So, shows him for about 5 or 10 seconds, and then it cuts to like something else that I have no idea what it, more monster things. So dumb. And, and then
But you like Deadpool though.
I did like Deadpool because it was, rated R for one. So there was a lot of curse words, there was a lot of actions, and it was actually funny. I could follow with it because I don't read this crap. So I can easily follow along with
So
what's
it's easy
going
to follow.
on.
So you like superhero movies are easy to follow for you since you don't read comic books.
Exactly.
Okay.
What I just saw yesterday for Batman vs. Superman, I don't know what the hell was happening. Spoiler alert, cliche. Oh, it's going to be a big Batman vs. Superman. Who's going to win? Oh no, they're going to end up working together to save his stupid ass mom. How generic. Good for you.
Well, we knew that was going to happen. I guess
I'm just
nerds
glad
knew that was going to happen.
I'm just glad I didn't waste my money on that crap. And then Eddie made me stay for the whole credits thinking, I guess there's going to be like stuff at the end.
Yeah, there wasn't.
No.
I already looked that up, yeah.
So I wasted even more time of my life just sitting there with other nerds.
Yep. I don't know how opposites attract, but we are best friends, guys.
Oh, gosh.
All right, top 5 Will Smith movies. Go. Or I'll even include the TV shows.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is always
Oh.
number one.
Boom.
Let's see. I liked him a lot in Men in Black. He was amazing in Pursuit of Happiness. I haven't seen Concussion yet, but I really want to.
What's the one with him and his kid?
Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's see. A lot of people didn't like this movie, but I really liked Independence Day.
What? Who doesn't like Independence Day? And have them talk to me. Independence Day was amazing.
Eddie hates Independence Day, but that's because he also hates Will Smith.
Oh, no, man. Like, Bill Paxton, man. Like,
Who's that?
Not Bill Paxton. What's his name? The guy, the white guy, the main white guy. Not Bill Paxton. It was the other one. I always get confused.
The one from Jurassic Park?
No.
The old guy? Oh.
Bill Pullman.
Bill Pullman! I knew it was a Bill. I love
Yep.
Bill Pullman.
Sure.
Apparently I can't remember his name, but I love him. All right, so we got 4.
Man, what else?
Yeah, I
Other
love
stuff?
Will Smith. I can't think of anything he's been in.
I know. 'Cause I named all the good ones. Because, he did Wild Wild West, but it was so crappy. That was the worst. I'm
But
just
that
gonna
song,
say-
man.
Yeah, it was a catchy song.
Good song.
Suicide Squad, even though I haven't even seen it yet. I don't need to. It's Will Smith. Oh, God, I hate comic book stuff so much. So stupid.
Introducing first, currently making her way into the ring, ladies and gentlemen, this I love trash talk. Nothing like some high-quality trash talk. Oh, and a little Brett, not from Fort Lauderdale, checking the booty. What a perv.
I got to tell you, Brett Lauderdale has the most envious position in this match because both of these bombshells are beauties.
You know what Brett's middle name is?
What's that?
Fort.
Brett Fort I wonder if his real name is even Brett.
I wonder myself sometimes. What'd she call her? I got bad hearing.
I think Brett's checking both women out to make sure they don't have any foreign objects.
Or any domestic objects.
Indeed. Both of these competitors have wild, wild hair.
And wild, wild trash-talking skills.
That's indeed they do. And right now, Kimberly's got those arms outstretched like she's saying, come on, girl, bring it. Interesting side note to this match.
That's not that interesting. Oh, you haven't said it yet.
I'm going to get to it. I have the distinction of having introduced both of these two women into the professional wrestling industry before they were even wrestlers. They were just valets.
They parked the cars?
Well, a second is what I mean to say. Not valet as in a little red jacket.
A little red Corvette?
That's a Prince song.
The Prince Charles?
No, the artist.
What artist? Pablo Picasso?
No, I'm talking about the one from Minnesota. You know, Lake
Brock
Minnetonka.
Lesnar?
Lake Minnetonka, light-skinned.
Oh, Tatanka?
No! You know what? Greco-Roman knuckle lock right here. Well, it looks like it if Brett would get out of the way. There we go.
Or the post that we're sitting behind.
Yeah, but with the way these women are moving.
Too bad it's not the New York Post.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind sitting behind the New York Post or the Daily News' office.
Ooh, into the gut.
Using the head.
Or as Dusty Rhodes would say, the belly welly. A little lull in the action.
Well, these two competitors, they're going to size each other up because they know.
Would they know what?
Well, that at any moment the other could snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
He said snatch. That was a good one.
Well, like I said, it just pops in the old noggin up there.
You were talking about the movie Snatch, right?
No, I mean, you know, well, look at this. And Kimberly reminding me a little of the late Owen Hart with that way to reverse the arm wringer.
What a shameless plug that was.
Well, I mean, she reminded me of him. She didn't remind me of anyone else with that little maneuver. Oh, and that's what the story is. Bombshell ladies of wrestling. And that's what we're seeing right now. These women are evenly matched, Raven.
That's a crucifix.
Indeed it is.
Earlier tonight you called a Samoan drop setup and a crucifix.
You're right, I did, sir. And now, wait. Could we see La Magistral? No. She's, well, I don't even, oh!
With a bridge.
And the applause ringing from the crowd here at Starland Ballroom. Ooh, for the action that they're seeing. Mia just
that was open-handed.
Yeah,
that was just rude.
She just wanted to disrespect her.
She beat you to the ropes. Nice.
Oh, wait. Mia Yim says, I'll match you tit for tat.
Wow, did you just say tit on a ladies' show? You are such a sexist.
Oh.
So far in this match, you've said snatch, tit, and you said fur earlier.
Yeah, the fur was going to fly in that opening contest, and you know what? It did.
I think their pants were on. How could you tell?
You went there. Well, but I opened the door. Well, and now Mia able to fire Kimberly off. Kimberly, a little do-si-do action.
Went for an arm drag, but no one home.
Now Kim. Listening to the crowd, they wanted it one more time. And she obliges.
And went to the well once too often. And a kick in the crotch.
And did you see how Mia was able to distract Brett Lauderdale by telling him to look up at the lights?
Well, he's an idiot, and she kicked her right in the gash.
Right in that region where the sun don't shine.
Kicked her in the female nuts.
The ovaries.
The ovaries. I hate when that happens.
Oh, wait, now she's got her all tied up. Now, why is Brett not administering a 5 count here? Oh!
He's an idiot.
Mia Yim has Kimberly tied up in the ropes, and he's just letting her exercise her will with those kicks. Oh, well,
Speaking of exercising their will, I went hunting. They said, shoot at will. I go, which one's will? But bump.
And Mia now going for a couple of very, very arrogant covers, just putting her foot.
I don't think they were meant to be covers. They were just meant to rub in her face that she had control of the match. And a modified savate kick. A lot of modifications here.
Indeed. Now, wait a minute.
Another bow and arrow.
We saw this the last contest. So dreaded of a submission maneuver. We've seen it twice already. Again,
yeah, I hate being put in that thing. That hurts.
Now,
it really does.
Now, Mia has the shoulders up. I think Brett is at a good vantage point.
You know, I don't know if that looks like it hurts as bad as it really does, because it really does hurt.
Well, if anyone would know, it would be you, Raven.
Yes, it would.
And now, Kimberly, she's reaching for those ropes. Just trying to get some distance. Ooh.
Swing and a miss. I wonder if Kimberly's related to Stagger Lee.
Stagger Lee?
Or Buddy Lee. Or Ruda Lee.
Well, Stagger Lee, he was a masked wrestler, if I remember correctly.
I thought he was the Junkyard Dog.
Hey. Come on now.
Well, we had no proof of that.
True indeed. He did have a scraggly voice. And Mia Yim just lighting Kimberly's chest up with that knife-edge chop. Oh, and that just sounded like a belt going up against wet skin. A leather belt.
You're now waving to the crowd, prom queen style.
Well, she's the queen of the ring right now. Oh. Third time not a charm, and ooh, wait a minute.
Oh, but shut down. Brother.
And now, Mia Yim ready to go for her. Gonna try to put her away after that.
As Lance Russell would say, oh, come on. Lance Russell would say, oh, come on, Eddie.
I remember
Boy,
Lance.
howdy. I loved Lance Russell. He was awesome.
He's still ticking. He just celebrated, I believe, his 91st birthday.
Outside on the floor.
Wait a minute. Oh, and I heard it. I couldn't see it because photographer Scott Finkelstein is in front of us. And wait a minute. Woo!
A chop to the upper boob region.
You know, Raven, it's as if Kimberly is beating Mia Yim from pillar to post. She's taking it all 4 sides. Oh, well.
3 sides.
Well, 3 sides. That's right. Mia said, I'm getting myself back.
3 out of 4 ain't bad, as Meatloaf once said. But Mia right back to her feet. She's got to give her credit. Double tough.
I'll tell you, 3 chops. They don't stand up against a stiff drop kick.
Last time I chopped that stiff, my mom cooked me really burnt pork chops. Easy for me to say. I fumbled that out.
I'm lucky. Luckily, I've never had to be on the receiving end of a chop, pork, or
my mother's pork chops.
Or knife edge. Oh, wait a minute. Oh! Look at this. Some sort of spider monkey type.
A modified tarantula.
In stereo.
Bulldog. And a cover. And a kick out.
Now, Kimberly didn't really lock her arms on the head of Mia Yim when executing that
lock her
bulldog.
arms in her head.
Well, you know, to drive that face down into the mat.
Ah.
And wait
Looks
a minute.
like a side salto suplex.
I thought that was a gut wrench.
Same thing. Modified.
Wow, the modifications are just off the charts here tonight at Bombshells, ladies of professional wrestling.
Also good, useful when we don't know the actual terminology because we haven't done our homework. It's a suplex fight. Who will get the upper hand?
Neither one of the ladies able to give an inch here, or giving an inch. Wait. Mia almost had it executed. But Kimberly. And both women are down.
I got a feeling that Brett Lauderdale can't count to 10.
Well, he's up to 4.
If he makes it past 7, he's going to get lost. Crowd getting with him. And the crowd just stalled out. The crowd's been really weird tonight.
I think they're enjoying themselves.
No, I mean, that they don't keep the momentum going.
Well, true indeed. I think they're just in awe of the action.
They're more of a spot crowd. A high spot crowd.
Well, we've still got a number of contests to
Ooh,
go.
that was a brutal forearm.
I missed it.
Well, you shouldn't have been talking.
Well, huh? I like to keep my comments to myself, but not when I'm commentating.
Ooh. Both of these women throw unbelievably great forearms.
Mia able to block both those attempts.
Ooh.
Went for one of her own.
Didn't catch her with enough of that.
But she fell her like a great oak. Mia Yim right back up, though.
Couple clotheslines.
Oh, and a damn bicycle kick.
I would call it a pump kick.
Pump kick, modified bicycle kick. Oh.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, and a back fist to the future. What is this?
German suplex.
With the bridge. But
I
Kimberly.
used to play bridge.
Did you play it with old ladies?
No, I played old maid with old ladies.
And
going for another one,
But
she sneaks out the back door.
oh, now there's a reference that I can get behind.
Wow. I figured you were kind of a backdoorsman.
It was always one of my favorite things to hear out of the late, great Gorilla Monsoon.
So you wanted to have the back door with Pat Patterson?
Terry Garvin.
Mel Phillips.
Oh, Mel. Uncle Mel.
Ah.
Wait a minute. Could this be? We've seen some tremendous suplexes in this contest, I'll tell you that much.
Mia is very, very disbelieving.
Well, after that back fist to the future.
She's saying, look, pay attention. She's saying, what do I have to do? She doesn't know how to win this match because she's throwing everything at her except the kitchen sink.
Well, wait a minute. It looks like she's trying to give her a package right now.
A stuffed pile driver she went for.
Oh, and a pop-up power bomb into the cover.
I don't know if that was a pop-up power bomb.
Well, she seemed to pop her up and bring her down and hook those.
So you're saying she popped her up and power bombed her back down?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm not sure what she's going for here.
Could it be? Oh, I thought it was going to be that STF, but ooh,
Oh.
just stretching her.
That is not pretty. That is a modified STF, and I'm sure she has a name for it.
And you see Mia Yim just kicking that leg.
She's going to tap.
Well,
Nope.
she can reverse.
Up.
And what do we have here? Is it a
Armbar.
There we go. Oh, and she could break that arm. She could dislocate that elbow. She could break that arm.
Well, that's only if she can straighten the arm.
True indeed. But Kim able to get to the ropes. Brett's administering the count, and Kimberly's just screaming. Our first contest with a 30-minute time
Ooh,
limit.
Nice kick to the mush.
And wait a minute, now she's going again for that, what'd you call it, that stuffed pile driver.
Sort of a stuffed pedigree pile driver.
Going, hooking the leg. It's over.
Wow, that was a really good contest. Quite impressed.
Here is your winner, Mia Yim!
hate sportsmanship. Ah, they're hugging. Yuck.
Introducing first, currently making her way up to the ringside area, fighting out of Providence, Rhode Island. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Veda. Come on!
Mentioning that it's not her ring music, I thought she was from tattooing. This person's definitely from tattooing. Tatooine. You say tattooing, I say Tatooine, whatever. Glasses are on. Hi, Leva. You gotta plug it in.
And her opponent, currently making her way into the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Leva Bates! Ladies and gentlemen, I've been informed by Bombshell Ladies of Wrestling Management that in this very special attraction contest, this competitor will henceforth be called Darth Vader! And ladies and gentlemen, for one night only, her opponent, Princess Leva! And ladies and gentlemen, she is being managed by BB-8.
I don't think he has a manager's license. In fact, I'm positive. Where did he get the manager's license? Hey, you're popping all, making kinds of noises.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for the noise there. I guess she got it from the New York State Athletic Commission. Droids can get a license.
I don't know about all that.
Well, it's a new day and age. You,
Just keep it.
All right.
He doesn't roll away though.
I'll put him on my shoulder.
oh. And the fans here at the Starland Ballroom want to know where Darth Vader's costume is. But I could tell once I announced her as such, she did not like it one bit.
She's wearing her glasses. What if she wrestles in them? Oh, there she goes. She finally took them off. Oh, there's some trash talking going on in the ring.
I'm interested to see how well Princess Leva can get it done in that garb.
Yeah, it looks like you'd trip on it.
Well, let's see if maybe she gonna disrobe here, or
I hope not. I like the outfit.
and
More trash talk.
did the droid just comment? Oh. Veda went for an arm wringer, but she protests that she has to wrestle in this type of contest. I think she better use the force.
Well, she's going to have to use some force, otherwise she's not going to be able to throw her around.
All right, and boy, that droid is really giving his 2 cents. Oh. Stalemate here. Oh, and Princess Leva checking those buns.
I had a stalemate one time.
With yourself?
No, she didn't shower. I threw her out. Exactly.
The droid like that. Oh, here we go. Leva controlling Veda by that top wrist lock.
I haven't seen a top wrist lock in about 20 years.
Well, we're here live at Bombshell Ladies of Wrestling. Wait. Oh, and an excellent bridge here. Leva using her power to try to turn things around here. Up. Rolling her up.
Drop toe hold right in the mush. Ah, she missed her with that.
She gained a little momentum, but off the mark indeed. And now she's trying to use a Jedi mind trick on the referee, Brett Lauderdale. You got to wonder if that droid's going to get involved in this match before it's all said and done.
There's no way his real last name is Lauderdale. I'm not buying that for a minute.
Well, Northern Light suplex with the bridge.
That's not what they call it on Tatooine. They call that a Northern 3 Moons suplex. Because they have 3 moons, I think. Exactly.
I think you're right. I'm more familiar with the Dagobah system myself.
Ah, the Dagobah system. I remember my days there.
Oh, Veda able to use her power to reverse the Irish whip here. But Leva, Princess Leva, she won't be denied. Well, wait a minute. Veda was able to stop her just by telling her to stop. And then a jumping ensecurity.
I don't understand.
Well,
Yeah, BB-8 doesn't understand either. Is that his name? I forget.
yeah, I believe that, BB-8. BB-8.
That's what I thought his name was. Don't correct me.
I got my iPad.
He's getting
here.
upset. He's moving all over the table.
I think he wants to help out Princess Leva right now because she's in a bad way.
He's saying, look out. He really is. This is awesome. He's listening.
Yeah. And the dreaded camel clutch.
They don't have camels on the Dagobah system.
And no, they don't. Not much life on the Dagobah system. And now, and now Darth Vader. Darth Vader has a hold on Princess Leva. She's choking her out without even using her hand.
Where's General Grievous?
And protesting to Brett Lauderdale that he can't disqualify her.
And I'm positive, I'm convinced that Lauderdale is not his last name.
Well,
Slaps to the belly.
trying to show a little fire. Vader. Oh, wait a minute. Small
Inside
package.
cradle. Inside cradle is called originally. Clothesline and down. I beat you to that one too.
You certainly did. You certainly did.
I certainly did. Abbott.
You know, a lot of the times when I want to emphasize something, I'll say it twice.
I don't care. BB-8's going crazy over here. I wish we had a camera.
Wow, he's muscling me right out of this broadcast. Wait a minute, Princess Leva's bun has come down.
And once again, using the force because she missed her by about 6 inches, but it still took out Darth Vader. I wonder if Darth Vader is related to any of the Hindu Vedas.
Well, I announced her from Providence, Rhode Island. But
Probably not then.
Yep. For the case of this match, she might be from the Imperial Fleet.
Yeah, sailors love hanging out on Imperial Fleet Week.
Oh, and now Princess Leva with a stiff just slap right to the solar plexus.
Wow, BB-8's going nuts.
He's feeling what Princess Leva's feeling right now. And now, oh! She just stopped her dead in her tracks.
Bruce Lee would be proud.
Midsection kick there, oh!
A Mr. Wrestling #2 knee lift. A reverse savate kick.
Brett Lauderdale right in position. We'll just refer to him as Brett.
Yeah, please call him Brett. That Lauderdale business is out of, that's crackers. Yes, exactly, BB-8.
And now Princess Leva, ooh, can't really tell from my vantage point, but I can tell that she's
Tell me.
She's stomping her. She's stomping her right in the chest. And what is this? Oh, wait, showing her agility. Oh!
Some sort of modified face full of stuff.
And brings the crowd here at Starland Ballroom alive. Well, even more alive. And, oh!
Ooh, drop kick to the lower back region.
Good gracious.
Or good grief, as Charlie Brown would say.
You could tell by the anguish on Veda's face when she kicked out there that Princess Leva may just have this contest at hand.
Wow, is that a cliche?
I'm full of them, Raven.
You're better than that, kid.
Big time.
Spear!
Big time.
A modified Shining Wizard.
Wait a minute. Still not enough to put Princess Leva down.
As Gordon Soley would say, wait a minute, wait a minute.
I like to wait a minute, but not too many minutes. Oh!
Missed with a rolling modified something. Backbreaker, thing.
And you see Veda smartly trying to roll out of the ring, but the pain stopped her.
And you see me smartly trying to call the moves, but I'm out of practice.
Well, this is only match #2. We got a long, long ride.
I'm going McMahon style and just saying, what a maneuver.
I can dig it. Veda's a man?
No.
Oh, Darth Vader.
Sex change.
Ah, that's it. She's a Caitlyn. Saito suplex. And Bridges, enough to get it done.
And Leva even got her hand behind her neck to try and protect her head, but to no avail. Or Vicky Vale, for that matter.
Welcome to Kayfabe Commentaries Bombshells. I'm your host, Leva Bates. And today I am sitting here with Miss Kennadi Brink.
Hello. I don't know.
She's also known as Jessie K.
Formerly.
Formerly.
She's gone. She's packed her bag. She's headed the road. But now you have Kennadi Brink. So I'd say
Brink. Let's talk about that. Why Kennadi Brink? Why the change in name?
Absolutely. Well, it started Jessie K about 6 years ago in Baltimore out of Maryland Championship Wrestling. And then I made the decision to head to Florida, as you know where, Team 3D Academy. It's where you're based out of. Team 3D, Kissimmee, Florida. I moved there February of last year. And with that transition, Bubba and Devon basically told me, hey, I think it's a good idea if you just don't do shows for a while. Basically start over. It's kind of a hard pill to take. after you've been on the indie scene for 5-6 years and you think you're doing good, and then your trainers say, hey, no, I think you need to refresh. So didn't mind that. Went there, and then about 6 or 7 months after that, they were like, hey, go for it. So I decided to change my name then. When I was Jessie K and I was trying to get my way into Shimmer and Shine and things like that, Jessie McKay was still around. When I decided on Jessie K as my name, I had no idea of Jessie McKay. I was uninformed of the indie scene and all that. So,
well, she was in Australia, right?
Right.
So it's the other side of the world, so, you know,
Yeah.
how are you supposed to know?
Exactly. So that happened. There's lots of K's, you know, at the time, Allison K. There's lots of Jessicas. There's Jessica Havoc. There's Jessie Bell. So there's lots of similar names. So Shimmer and Shine basically told me, hey, if you want to be used here, we're going to have to change your name. So I was like, all right. When I went there to Shimmer in 2013, I don't know, something like that. It was a while ago. I even changed my name then. It was like J.K. Kennedy or something like that. So
I remember that. Yeah.
Just
I
for
remember being
just
there.
a pre-match sparkle, just to get my feet wet. So that was that. That didn't stick for me. So then I just changed it to Kennadi Brink, which has a little bit of background thing to it. But basically, I'm a huge Mr. Kennedy fan. Yeah, it's bad. I'm not a mock. I'm gonna get yelled at. I'm a huge Mr. Kennedy fan, so I changed the spelling a little bit. Even people think it's Kennadi or Kennedy, or no, it's Kennedy. Okay, it's right under the it's right under the Facebook name. How to pronounce it? Okay, Kennedy. All right, Kennedy.
You have that on your Facebook?
Yes, you can play it. It says Kennadi Brink pronounced. That's how.
Wow.
Is
I didn't
it-
know
is
they had a
this-
vocal option there.
Yeah. So and then I just.
I need to do that with Leva.
There you go. But people say your name correctly, right?
No. Never.
Oh.
It's okay, though. I get Levi, Levy,
Yeah,
Leva.
Isn't that like a shoe?
I've
brand?
gotten labia before. That was fun.
Labia.
That one.
Sexy.
I was walking down to the ring and I heard Leva Bates. What?
Say it.
You know James Bosch, right? He was
yes.
he was there and I heard him laughing so loud.
I'm gonna punch him later.
No,
Just 'cause.
my name is Leva. Thank you.
Leva. Leva, not labia. Anyway. And Brink comes from a guy that helped me in the beginning of my career. You know him, I believe, Patrick Brink.
Oh,
Pat
yeah.
Brink.
I didn't put the two and two together just now.
Boom.
Wow.
So he helped me a lot with my original weight loss and things like that in Maryland. So he got me started in Maryland with Maryland Championship Wrestling. So I kind of, that's my little ode to him. I texted him before I did it. I was like, is this weird? Can I do this? And he's like, go for it. CM Punk's trainer did it or whatever. I'm like, okay, sure. So it's not weird. Unless it kind of feels like it. Well, it's like, fine, whatever, I don't care. Except I like comment on his stuff on his Facebook, and I'm sure his family's like, who's this? You know,
My West
so-
long lost sister. You don't
Right?
remember?
It's like Kennadi. Who's Kennadi Brink? No, Kennedy.
Can you always say it like that? Kennedy.
Kennedy. It's like Barack Lesnar. Kennedy Brink.
Well, that's really cool. That I didn't realize there was so much behind your name. That's really really cool.
Right. So it's a special, because that's what I wanted. Because Jessie K had a special meaning for me then, so I just want to make sure Kennedy.
What
Has
was
something.
special meaning for that?
Well, my great grandfather, whenever I was when the day I was born, he's like, we're not going to call her Jessica ever. We're always going to call her Jessie. We're always going to call her Jessie. So I wanted to be Jessie so bad. And then K, my name, Jessica, is spelled with a K. I don't know, legitimately special kind of. I like it.
Oh, well, that's
So
cute. That's
it's
cute. I like
K,
that.
So that's special. So I just,
But Kennedy Brink's a cool name. No one
Yes.
else has that name, so that's definitely
exactly, completely new, original, fresh out there.
Yeah.
So here we are, Kennadi Brink, the
There you go.
Jezebel your mama warned you about, right here. Still stamping out tramps. It's fine.
All right, let's talk about you briefly mentioned it. Very early career,
Yes.
You started in Maryland, Baltimore, right?
Started in Maryland with Pat Brink. Yes.
So he was your original trainer.
Yes, I would say I took my first bumps with him. I literally trained with him for less than a month, but literally.
Because he also ended up at Team 380 Academy,
Yes.
which we'll get to in a little bit. 'cause
Exactly.
That's where you are
Yes.
now.
Yeah. And he always encouraged me. He was like, I don't even want you to start in Maryland. Then it was like 2009, end of 2009. I don't want you even to start here. I don't want you to get bad habits. He would always say, I want you to go straight to the Dudleys. But I was hard-headed. I was 18. I was like, I need to start now. So I'm glad I did. I have 6 years under my belt now or something like that. So it takes, as you know, it takes a long time to get your feet wet, to understand, to learn, and so I'm glad I did. But before, I don't know who is watching out there or know Kennadi Brink or Jessie K or whatever but as you may know, before even getting into this industry, I had to change my life. I lost over 60 pounds to do this. I never thought it was something I would be able to do, I originally wanted to write for professional wrestling. I wanted to, that's why I got my degree that I did, so I could be in the background or do whatever it took to be part of the industry. And then I was 18. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. What's really holding you back at 18, right? And at the time, it was just my physical ability. So Pat got me in the gym that way before I even got in the ring, and then he helped me get my way into...
So was it the gym or was it gym, diet? Like, what was it that was the big, like, this is what helped me lose that much weight?
Getting physically active, legitimately.
Okay, so you weren't really physically active in school?
Zero.
Okay.
0%. I was the wrestling manager. That's about it. I sat behind a computer screen. That's it my whole life. So all this is learned for me. Nothing. It was like a natural. Hey, I'm good at this. No, I couldn't forward roll. So it sucks. It sucks to go back and think but wow, even some things, if I don't do it a while, I'll be like, oh, my body's like, I don't want to do this. Mm-hmm. Even simple things like a hip toss. My body's like, nah. So
what was it about the Dudleys that I'm gonna go there, as opposed to maybe going up north to Lance Storm or someone else?
Yeah, there's lots of places like Lance Storm, the Monster Factory.
They're all good schools. So what was it about
schools.
Team 3D Academy that was I have to go to this?
Well, I think it was definitely embedded in my head from the beginning with Pat. Because from day one, it was, I don't even want you to start now. I want you to go to the Dudleys. I want you to go to the Dudleys. I want you to go to Dudleys. And then,
so that was already there. You got the scholarship.
Exactly. And it's one of those things where, I'm going to Florida. I'll go. And then another year rolls around. You're like, I'll go. Yeah, I'll go. That'll be great one day. And then it turns to a dream rather than a goal. And then all of a sudden it switches. I'm going to freaking do this. Graduated college. I was like, I have nothing holding me here. I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was just at that point. It was another sacrifice that you have to make. I'm like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Bye. It sucked at the time, but sacrifice you have to make, and best decision I've ever made. You
said you have a degree. What was your degree in?
Electronic media and film. So video and audio production, everything around. So it's good. It's I know a little bit of what's going on. A little bit. I forgot most of it. My professors would be a little upset with me at this point. No, I think my dad would be a little upset with me more, considering all the money that he invested into that degree. I know everything. I'm going to get a job soon. Yeah. No.
Awesome. All right, let's flash forward to moving to Florida. How was that?
Palm trees.
Is that the first thing you noticed when you moved to Florida?
That was everything I said to my dad. I'm like, my palm trees are doing good. And he's in Pittsburgh right now. Because he actually commutes home every month or so. My family lives in North Carolina, and he had to get a job in Pittsburgh. So he drives home every month or so. And just to because he moved to Charlotte and had a job there, but he was miserable. So now he has an okay job that he doesn't mind, lives in Pittsburgh, has an apartment, and then drives home to visit my mom and brother. So every month or so. We're kind of a mess. It's fine. It's fine. It should be fine.
I'm skipping around a little bit, but how come they don't move to Pittsburgh?
My mom is a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. Okay.
She's hard-headed because originally it was the job that uprooted her from Baltimore to North Carolina, and now she loves it there.
She loves it there?
She loves it in North Carolina. She's like, I'm not moving to Pittsburgh. It's cold there, and the people are not Southern, and everything. It's horrible. So I'm like, you're probably right. So she's just a very hard-headed, pain-in-the-ass woman that I love dearly.
That's awesome. Okay, now back to Florida.
Yes.
So palm trees.
Palm trees. You got palm trees.
So you signed up. How was signing up for the school? How was that? How was your first encounter with Bubba and Devon too? Tell us that little story, because as someone who goes to the school, I know there's a very colorful cast of characters in this school. So I'm intrigued, since I was there since the beginning. for someone who just walks in
Right. How is
to
it?
see this
Right.
this circus we call an awesome school.
It is a 3-ring circus, very much so. But I had the honor and privilege of meeting Devon prior to going to the school. So that was also an incentive to me because I met him, I did a seminar with him, and he, told me, I want you at my hip in Florida. And I remember that. I told myself that every day, like, I want to be there, I need to be there. He told me, I got to be there, I got to get there. So I was able to meet him prior, and that was a big thing for me. I met Bubba actually prior to that too, but only for a second. And for those of you who don't know, and as you know, he's one of the most intimidating individuals you'll ever meet in your entire life. in the best way possible. I would go into the accent and all that, but he might, I don't know, he probably won't see this one day. But
Do whatever you want. This is your
I don't
interview.
know.
This is your interview.
I don't
This is
know.
your time to shine.
I don't know. Maybe it'll come out eventually.
Yeah.
At some point, because you gotta talk like Bubba when you're telling the story.
Oh yeah,
when you're telling the story, you gotta.
I always tell Bubba stories with his it's a terrible version of his accent, but
Oh no. Yeah, but that's right. Oh no. But I met him at actually a restaurant. I was with Devon when he was on the road still, and when I was just meeting him and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, you just hear from like the corner, "That's my brother," and I'm like, "Shit, that's my brother." I'm like, "Shit, there he is," and I'm walking over, and I'm like, "Hi." I don't know. So that was my first experience actually meeting him. But when I went to the school, it was promo day. It was promo day when I say, yeah, Bubba enjoys the promos. I enjoy when he's there because people maybe equate him, I think, to Paul Heyman, where he can look at somebody and immediately pick out a character or good, but this is what you should have done, and you know that. So, but I got a good from the promo that day, which for anyone that doesn't know, that is good.
yeah.
So that is good from a Bubba that day.
It's so funny too. Like when he listens to your promo, he doesn't watch you. He does this.
He does this. Might do this. He might walk away. Not even.
He doesn't look at you, so because that will make you even more terrified. So I think that's what he does. But he's like, no, I just want to listen to it. Just want to listen to it.
Just listen to how you
sound. Yeah, no, you need someone to scare the shit out of us. That's what.
Good. You done? Good. Okay. Next. So, yeah. So, and then when I got there, the muscular endurance coach, Dan, was not there. He was actually out with heart surgery at the time.
Oh, that's when he was out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was scared to death of all the stories that I heard by the time he was coming.
Of course they told you this story.
Yes, they're like, oh, Dan is going to kill you when you get here. And I'm like, it's hard now. It's hard now.
For you guys who don't know, Dan Carr is our personal trainer at the school. He is a champion arm wrestler from like the 70s and 80s, I believe. And then he also helped train and was a part of the original American Gladiators. So he knows what he's talking about. He trained boxers. He's legit.
He's hardcore.
So, and
Very
he
hardcore.
doesn't pussyfoot around.
No, doesn't sugarcoat anything. If you want sugarcoated, you go to the donut shop down the street. That's what he says. So, that's Apache Dan Carr. Hoka hey. Yes. Hoka hey. There's lots of Danisms that, you can get embedded in there. So, yeah. So I was out when he was out when I first came in, so I hadn't met that yet, and so, yeah. And there's lots of people filtering in now because they do a special every year around WrestleMania time. It's just for the whole year. It's $9.99. Figure $9.99. Yeah.
I see what they did there.
Nice. Yes. So instead of the $3,500, it's the $9.99 for the whole year, which is a great thing. So. A lot of people filter in now around this time, so got a lot of students down there. Lots of girls too.
Yeah, a lot more girls. I was there yesterday actually to pick up some stuff, and there was a lot of new faces I didn't even recognize. I was like, who are all these people?
Yes, and then we have the beginners class and the advanced class, and a lot of people are coming into advanced now. And it's
it's
like,
fun.
all at the same
Graduating
time.
up?
All at the same time. And it's just like so many matches. Don't get out until 10:30 at night sometimes now, so it's.
But you're doing well. The training seems to be going really, really good. I'm seeing you're allowed to do shows now.
Yes.
So what are some of the shows you've been doing and some of the people like wrestling? Like, tell me some of those experiences, good or bad.
Sure. Well, most recently, we were just last week keeping ourselves completely sane in the drive to Queens of Combat. That was a lot of fun. I was able to work with him a few years ago, but now, obviously more confident, so that's good. Last month, again, went back to California. Only been there twice now, but it's still really cool to
You got to go to
that
California.
side.
I have actually never wrestled in California.
Nice. It's nice out there, especially with the people out there. The same show, Big Time Wrestling. That's where Bailey originated out of.
Oh wow.
So
okay. So that's where you wrestled?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
That was actually their first women's show that they did, and that was kind of cool. And we were the first match, so they were like, "No pressure, kid." I'm like, "Oh, cool." But we killed it.
Who'd you wrestle for that?
Dementia DeRose.
Oh, okay.
I think she's out of like the Georgia area.
Yeah.
So
actually, I think I wrestled her in Georgia before.
yes, so it was a lot of fun. We worked well. It was good, and the crowd was really into it, which is always a plus when they're just invested like that. They make lots of noise and they're just sitting, so it's good.
That's awesome.
Feed the energy, you know what I mean? So
It seems rough, but you're on the right path of just doing it the right way and not trying to skip ahead, not trying to cut corners. You're doing it the right way. And that was one thing that when I was talking to Mia, she was like, there's so many people who want to cut corners and try to do things the wrong way. You got to work. And that's how you have to bust your ass and do it.
Right.
So
all these people, they say it'll pay off when you get there. And I'm like, I hope they is right. You know what I mean? And it's weird too for me because I think like starting 6 years isn't a long time in any means, but to start over completely with a new name, too, doesn't help the case. So just keep on doing the thing and not worry about anyone else.
I think
too.
At least now with technology, it's a little less of a steep hill to climb, at least with the name change, because a lot of times they can be like, oh, formerly known as, and like on your bios for wrestling websites and stuff, that can be like, oh, so formerly known as this, and when they Wikipedia or whatever, like they'll have all of that information. So I think technology has really helped wrestling, like independent wrestling, grow leaps and bounds within the last 10 years or so. So I think that also helps the actual performer and individual well, but I'm going off on a tangent. It's
fine.
Not about me. This is about you.
It's fine, though. It's fine.
Awesome. Let's take a little bit of a step back into maybe childhood. Or maybe even teen years or when did you get into wrestling? What was it about you that was like, you know what, I think I can be a pro wrestler. I enjoy this product. Were you a big fan of wrestling?
Absolutely.
Okay, so you used to watch it
ridiculous, stupid fangirl, yes.
So was it just you, or it was like the whole family? Was it
just me? I have two twin brothers, and they don't even come near sports. Like my dad would force them to go to soccer. Like my brother would hide in the closet and cry because he didn't want to go to soccer. So that's the kind of brothers that I had. Like they
want none. Like we rather play video games or think.
Absolutely, like Mac all day. They know more about computers now than I do, but I mean they're 18 now, so oh my god. They're driving. It's dangerous. It's not good. But yeah, I was the one. I would drag my dad to shows, and both my parents thought that this was just a phase. It's fine. It's a phase. We'll take her. And so she'll see it live. She won't like it. And then it was a dark, in Baltimore. It was just a house show, and couldn't see anything. I was 6 rows out on the floor, and I'm like this high, like 10 years old. I'm like, I love this. Jericho and Triple H main event. That's what I remember.
Really?
So yeah, that's what I remember
awesome.
at the time. So I'm just like, fell in love, And then, like I told you, I never imagined actually doing it myself. I just wanted to be part of it. I would always write on my computer stories of stupid things, like me marrying the Undertaker or something stupid. So yeah, like Bubba always asks, so who were you in the, when you were younger? Did you go in the mirror and talk like who were you? He never asked me that, but I was always Sarah Calloway. I was always the Undertaker's wife. That was who I was when I was younger. So that's who I was when I was younger. I lived my life vicariously through a computer screen and changed it up when I hit 18.
So wow, that's pretty awesome. Who were your favorites growing up? You mentioned The Undertaker.
Yes, Taker was well, I went through like a transition. So first it was The Rock, and then it was like Goldberg for like 3 months, and then it was like Undertaker ever since.
Really?
So,
Was there a particular Undertaker that was like, this is my Undertaker? Like, was it American Badass? Was it Ministry? Was it?
Yes, American Badass to like 2003 short hair Undertaker too. Like that's
Okay.
That's my favorite. Like, of course I love all versions, but
Yeah, I'm a big Ministry fan. Like the hair pulled back. Like for some reason, with the hair pulled back and the cloak, they were just so creepy. Then of course me like creepy things.
Perfect match. And then of course when you put Stephanie on the cross and things like that.
Exactly.
Too, so it's like, how can you not? How can you not love those things? I'm weird into like kidnapping angles and things like that. I'm so weird. I don't understand why. Like, I don't know if you're like, I'm the thing that I was obsessed with the most when I was like, was when, do you remember when Taker brought like his wife when she was pregnant to the show at like that angle, and then Brock Lesnar like trapped her in the corner and stuff like that. Like, I'm a huge weirdo about that.
See, I loved the storyline with Triple H took Stephanie through the drive-through marriage.
Yes,
I love that.
I watched that video so many times. Like, if I ever go to Vegas, I only flew by once, but if I ever go, I'm like, I have to go here and just take mad pictures.
That's awesome.
Just for that. It's fine.
That's awesome. Did you have friends in like high school or grade school that were also wrestling? It was a passion. It was like almost like a secret you kept from everybody.
No secrets. I let everybody know about that, man.
But you were just kind of like...
I was the solo one about it, though, most of the time,
Yeah.
I'm the big 230-pound girl sitting in the corner with her big 3XL Undertaker shirt on, Like, I'm that girl,
So yeah, because... Like, I guess I was like that with Star Trek. I'm like, Star Trek's awesome! And they'd be like...
Star Trek's
But I had a lot of friends that were into wrestling, so I would have like Nitro and Raw parties and stuff. So.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's very interesting how like different generations / region areas, like in Kentucky, we love our wrestling. So I had a lot of friends that were into wrestling.
Right.
So.
And it's just me and my friend Jenna who live close by to me, and she was that was pretty much it.
Wow.
But I don't mind, It's over. That's all I gotta say. People say, "Oh, I miss high school." Like, not at all.
No.
0%. 0. I'm happy where I am now in life. People are like, "I want to go back." No, this is where I want to be right now. I'll be saying like 20 years from now, I'll be like, I wish I was back, talking to Leva.
Aww. We'll have like the like
or Labia or whatever. However it's said.
You said when your parents took you to wrestling shows, they were hoping it was a phase. Were they okay or supportive with you training and moving to Florida and doing all of that stuff? Are they pretty supportive for it?
They're supportive of everything I do. At first it was fear, though, of she's going to get hurt, especially since...
That's natural.
Of course. I have scoliosis, too. That doesn't help. From 6th grade and 7th grade, I wore a plastic brace that was about this thick. It was here to here and tied in the back. And it was the most uncomfortable thing, but I literally should have the best posture in the world, but I don't now. But, oh, God, it was horrible. So that was just to slow down the progression of the curve. My doctor was always like, just get active because the less weight you have on you, the better. And of course, at the time, I didn't. But then wrestling helped because I lost the weight, but now I throw myself against plywood. So
yeah, so it's like
two-edged sword.
One is soccer or tennis.
Why couldn't you pick anything else?
You go throw yourself around for a living, and
exactly. So I mean, that first bump, that was my biggest concern. When I was back, I was just like, I was expecting like jolts of, because I used to have spasms growing up of just, that's how it felt. Like literally a spasm of just pain up and down the spine because it's...
So that's making me like sit up straight.
Yeah, it's horrible. Like it's literally an S like this, and it's just like, yeah.
Oh, wow. So no, like I'm going to be sitting up straight for
exactly.
the next minute
yeah.
or two. Like,
that kind of stuff really scares me too. Like your bodies and weird things and skeletons and organs and blood and all that. Think about what's in there.
Yeah. So when you took your first bump, you were okay?
Yes, I was freaking out about it. I was like, please, and I was like, all right, I'm okay. We can do this. We're good. Proceed.
Wow. Have you had any problems with your back since wrestling?
No.
Oh, Okay, so it hasn't. So maybe the activity, like is keeping it at
Exactly.
in check. So that's really cool.
Exactly.
That's really, really cool. Have you had any crazy injuries or any bad injuries? No.
The worst two would have to, but only helped for a good reason, was I sprained my ankle at a seminar in New Jersey. And because of that actually got me moving in the direction of saying, screw you, boyfriend, and moving to Florida. Because, because I said while I was out with I was out with my ankle. I was like, I'm going to go visit my parents in Charlotte. And he's like, well, you can just take your stuff with you. And I said, cool, bye! You don't got to tell me twice.
Wow, was your ex, was he in the wrestling business at all or no?
Yes.
He was?
And still is.
And he wasn't supportive?
It's just weird scenario.
Just a weird scenario.
Of that time.
Was he worried that if you started wrestling and you'd be more like popular or more, be better than him?
Well, I am better.
No. Shit, no. It's getting real up in here. Woo! Bombshell. Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, 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 pew.
Shooting all over.
Well, that was after I'd started, and I was Jessie K and all that, and that was before my move to Florida. So, I guess there's just attachment. I don't know. He's happy now. He's fine. He's fine.
You know what? Sometimes.
You okay? You fine.
Do you? Actually, I was having this conversation with a couple of the other girls. Do you find it harder or easier to date within wrestling, or do you think it would be too hard to have someone who's not a part of wrestling because they don't understand what you're going on? Like, it's a double-edged sword.
Exactly. It is a huge double-edged sword because you don't want to be alone. No one wants to be alone, right? And it's easy to have a relationship with someone that understands you and understands the life and understands the passion and understands everything, but then at the same time, it's greed maybe, and it's no good. I've done it 3 times now, 3 mistakes, no more.
Really?
Yeah, I told myself.
So, and all 3 wrestlers
Yeah.
are in the business?
Yeah, well, no more. 2 of them aren't anymore. So.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, my mistake. I was 18 years old. First relationship was 34. 34, a child, no job, no car, and just sat in his apartment, or actually it wasn't his apartment, a room in his friend's house and smoked pot all day. That was a good decision, right?
I mean, that's life lessons.
Dumb.
Damn
it!
You live and learn, man.
Got out of that.
So
got out of that. Shit.
Maybe he's better off now in life. Maybe he learned.
He's good. He's happy now too. Isn't that funny? I'm happy. I'm with labia.
This has just turned into a really interesting. I'm with labia.
I'm with labia.
That's the new name of this interview.
Bombshells with labia. Yes.
So, all right, we're not looking for love. We're looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah, we are not.
I don't know if you get that reference. I make a lot of references people don't get.
It's fine.
That's okay. So you're just kind of focusing on you and a career and life.
Exactly, yes. No, that's what I'll tell people. People are like, hey, you want to hang out? I'm like, nope. Can't say I do.
Like, hey, leave when we go out. I'm playing a video game.
I'm busy.
I'm like, or I'm out of town, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, you want to hang out? You want to go out somewhere? No. Can't say I do. No. I got training, and then I got work, and then I'm doing training again, and then I'm working again. You got time, right? No.
So you're working same time as your training.
Right? I am working.
And that's as a server, correct?
As a server.
Hey, I started off as a server as well when I first moved to Florida.
Server.
Yeah. Would you like to talk about this at all? Do you have any fun stories? 'Cause I remember serving. I used to serve at Joe's Crab Shack when I first moved to Orlando, Florida.
They're doing a thing now there that they don't do tips at Joe's Crab Shack.
What?
I heard, yeah, they're doing it so it's like automatically you have a higher wage. There, I think they're trying it out there. You have a higher wage and then there's no tipping.
Sometimes tourists don't know that you're supposed to tip.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah, they should. I moved to Florida because I've worked at Cracker Barrel for a long time now. Cracker Barrel. Did Maryland was good. North Carolina was really good, you know, great people. Then I moved to Florida, and that store was the worst store I've ever worked at. It was horrendous. People were just miserable. Maybe some crackheads working there too. Not good. Not good in Kissimmee. Not good. Not good at all. So I was like, I'm outie, guys. And then I worked at an awesome place called Dick's Last Resort. I don't know if you've heard about it. It's service with sarcasm. So I can be a dick to you. I can yell at you. I can make fun of you. I can tell you to shut up and sit down. I was a heel 24/7. It was wonderful. I had to leave though because it's there. They don't have a consistency. When it's slow season, I would work for 2 hours, make $5, and leave. Like it just, I couldn't pay my bills that way. At least with Cracker Barrel, there is some consistency. There's some regulars. You know, I can walk out of there and be able to pay my bills. You know, I'm not happy all the time. I try to be, but it's better than no money. And I need money to pay the bills so I can keep doing this and hang out with you.
Exactly. No, I get you. I get you. When we were traveling last week to North Carolina, we stopped at a Cracker Barrel.
We did.
It was 85% people over the age of 55. Is that the same way?
Yes.
Is that the same way in Orlando? Is it like your clientele mostly?
Yes. Cheap. This is my Cracker Barrel guest mating call. Cheap. Jesus God, it's fine. It's the best. See, I can start now. See, I'm on road trips home. Like I'm just yell and do rants about Cracker Barrel. It's horrible, but like I'll go to a table and this is like a server anywhere though. So hi folks, how you doing? My name is Jessica. I'll be taking care of you. Water. Okay, some water. It's fine. Cool. I'll go get you some water. Or Diet Coke. Cut me off. Like
They don't even let you finish your spiel?
No. They'll just be water. Diet Coke. Okay, fine. Do you guys still need
I would still finish it like, welcome to my name is Jessica. I'll be taking care of you. You know how blah 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 blah, and then finish it, and then all right, I'll be right back, and then just go and get their Coke.
Exactly. They're just people, and it's hard. And then there's always the people like we at Cracker Barrel, we bring the pot of. This is going to sound like a lot of just whining, but it's fine. A lot of we bring the pot to you of coffee. So we'll have like a 4-top, and they're like, I want regular. Well, I want decaf. I'll bring both out for you guys. Can't wait. And then hot tea takes forever. Hot tea is the death of me. Hot tea is the death. Like if you order hot tea, I'll instantly go, hot tea. Damn it.
Why is that bad?
Well, because you got to go get the little canister with the filled the hot water up, and it's never clean. So you got to go find one. And then usually by then you're just whatever. So you're just gonna fill it up in the little cup anyway. So you gotta get the hot water, and then you gotta get the lemons, and then you gotta actually get the tea bag, and it's just a pain in the ass, man. Another one is hot chocolate. That's the worst too. You gotta make the hot chocolate. Oh, so bad. Cracker Barrel woes, man. It's horrible. Horrible.
But it helps finance dreams, right?
Exactly.
Cracker Barrel helps finance.
Cracker Barrel makes it happen. Cracker Barrel cares. Cracker Barrel that exists. That exists. They help. Honestly, great people there. I love Cracker Barrel. Yeah.
Okay, so I do this thing called top 5 list.
Top 5.
Since we're doing top 5, we're already talking about serving. Top 5 worst moments you've had serving anywhere.
Anywhere.
Fun stories. I'm ready for some fun stories.
Okay. Well, I'll do one first with Dick's Last Resort that I said.
Which I want to know more information about this place because I want to check it out.
It's great. You have to get a good server though, because if they're not good, then you're not gonna have fun, right?
Yeah.
So, but literally, I used to throw napkins and everything at these people. It's great. Oh, wow. It's
okay. We'll talk great. After the thing, and you can tell me where it is so I can go.
Yes. But with this particular instance, I'll do 2 here. One was, I tell the spiel ahead of time, so just so people don't freak out. So they're like, hey, this is sarcasm, everybody okay with that, right? And they're like, yes, or they're like, no, I want straight service. And then I go into Cracker Barrel mode, basically. But there was 3 guys. They were okay with it. They were cool. And then I told one of them to shut up and sit there. And then he's like, you don't tell me to shut up. And he gets up and he starts cussing at me. You don't fucking tell me. She gets up in my face. I'm like, whoa! Calm yourself, buddy. We just talked about this. So, I mean, he was really offended by it and really upset, legitimately. Even if, like, 2 minutes earlier, he had said it was okay. It was fine. So that was the case. And then everything was fine. Manager came over. It was good to go. Nothing dramatic happened. He didn't, like, throw a punch or anything. It was good. Another case, though, is, like, when you're trying to be a dick there and then the person that's at the party or in the restaurant is trying to be the dick. You know, and just like when you tell them to shut up, and they'll just go wah, 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 and talk and talk and talk and just be obnoxious. And there's some point.
Totally do that.
Yeah, exactly. But it was to the point where the guy just wouldn't shut up. He was like a 19-year-old kid. I'm just like, shut up, and he's like, no. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm not gonna. And I just walk away. I'm not playing this game. Bye. So you get. It was good there, you know, tip wise. When it's good, you know, walk out with $250, $300. You know, but like I said, when it's not consistent, $5 a shift ain't gonna do it. So I would walk in there sometimes and the whole store would be completely empty. I'm like, this ain't gonna do it though. This ain't gonna do it. Yeah. As far as Cracker Barrel goes, best times there. Have you ever worked a Thanksgiving on a Cracker Barrel? Oh no. No. I worked the one in North Carolina for Thanksgiving, and Cracker Barrel is one of the few stores that are open and restaurants that are open Thanksgiving. And you get up to the lot, and it's like surrounded, like horrible. And you walk in, and it's complete chaos. Phones going off the hook. I can't even explain to you. Every single Cracker Barrel, it's one of the busiest days of the year. People
want some Southern home cooking.
Yep, and you get like it's a ridiculous good deal too. It's like $12 per person, and you get like ridiculous with pie and everything. You get
oh man, I'm really hungry now.
Tasty chicken and dumplings.
Oh god, that sounds good. All right, we gotta stop. We gotta
stop now. We gotta stop.
I might have to do like a delivery in a little bit. Deliver me some food because I am hungry now. But anyway,
she's been working hard though. She's working hard over here. But essentially, yeah, Thanksgiving or Easter or Mother's Day. It is just
that was pretty bad.
It's just
even at Joe's Crab Shack.
Oh yeah. So it's just chaos. You know, just mainly me just being, you know, complaining. And I shouldn't because I need, you know, money. So what are you gonna do?
You mentioned working as like a bad guy at Dick's and getting like a customer mad at you. Has that ever happened in wrestling? Where have you you're normally a bad guy, right?
Typically
a heel. Have you ever had like a fan or anyone like get upset at anything you've done in a match? Like, oh my god, I can't believe you said this, and try to get in your face or do any altercations? Have you had any of that?
I've been pretty, you know, I guess I don't know if I'm good if that hasn't happened much, right? I don't know. But recently, like last December, you know Angel Rose?
Yes.
In Ronin, that's how you say it.
Yes.
I always say Ronin. I'm like, no, Ronin. And
yeah, like the Lone Samurai, like.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's a thing.
Okay. It's a thing. I believe her. It's a thing. But yeah, I wrestled her, and we were at a fundraiser show for them, basically, and they loved her automatically. It was good. It was easy.
Yeah, well, she's from that area, and I think she's normally a baby face there.
Yes. So I had her in front face lock, and I look up to the girl, like, this is your girl, right? This is your girl? Just whack, and lay it in her, and then the girl starts coming down the bleachers. Just walking. I'm like, oh god, and the referee goes, we're in Miami, they might have a gun. I would suggest not doing that. And I'm like, ha-ha! I'm just like, so I'm like, and she walks back. I'm like, whew.
So was she yelling or screaming or anything?
She was screaming, just, you know, and just slowly starting to come down. There's no guardrails, there's no security, so I'm just like, yeah, keep this going, yeah. So,
all right, that's fun.
That's
fun.
That's the biggest anything that's ever really happened. People are pretty.
Have you had anything on the opposite side where like a fan was just like, I love you so much, and try to like jump a guardrail at you or anything? Like the opposite?
No, just mainly on Facebook and things like that. Just you know,
Oh, well,
You
let's
know.
get into this
know.
conversation. Let's list some of your weird and awkward fan interactions. The good, the bad, the ugly. What do you got?
The usual, can I have your socks one, can I kiss your feet, can you stand on my face? I think it's consistent probably, right? They probably...
Oh, that's why they're laughing, because...
They know. There's like guys famous for it, I guess. Hello, it's fine. But one of them, it's really strange too, is that I actually know this guy from like training at Gilberg's and a friend, and he actually, like, I would say, like, we've went to the gym together, we've hung out, and then he admitted his love for me on Facebook and messaging and things like that. And he's actually travels now and is in a band and things like that, but he still messages me and is like, I want you to sit on my face and things like that. A random, just straight out, like, I want you and things like that. I'm just like, this is really awesome.
How do you respond to something like that? Do you respond at all, or do you
I try not to, honestly, to a point where it's just like, this is really awkward, man. But, I mean, he bought me a flight for a show. So I didn't have to travel like 10 hours for a show in New Orleans. So.
Wow.
Is that bad that I'm using it? I don't know. Help me. I said thank you.
Well,
I don't
Kennadi, this has been a very informative and interesting conversation we've had. But
Yes.
I just want to thank you for sitting down talking with me and everyone here at Kayfabe Commentaries, Bombshells Edition.
Bombshells.
But yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
It was
Lots of fun.
very interesting. And good luck with you and everything
Thank you.
you hope to accomplish.
And now these two vixens circling one another. You see Kelly Klein with that stance. Looks like she stepped right out of the cage of MMA. But there we have some good old-fashioned wrestling here. Kelly Klein. Kennadi a little quick on the mark there. Oh, nice pinning combination there. I gotta tell you, I expect the fur to fly in this one.
Wow. Did you say the fur to fly? How sexist is that?
Well, I referred to them as vixens earlier.
Yeah, but the fur?
Well, I expect the claws to come out and for these two ladies to tear into one another. That's what I mean to say.
You know what you meant to say with fur, though.
I was working at a double entendre there. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, and Kennadi Brink, the Jezebel that your mama warned you about.
How do you know her mama warned her about?
I approached her in the back. I said, how do you want to be announced? She said, announce me as the Jezebel your mama warned you about.
Yeah, but still, there's no proof that anybody's mom worried about anything.
Well, my mama always told me don't trust a big butt and a smile. I didn't listen to her advice. Nice, almost a snap suplex there. She took her time going for that cover. Oh. Now she's just mushing her face down. Ooh.
Elbow smash across the face. Notice Kelly Klein wearing a mouth guard, obviously fearing some sort of dental damage.
Oh, and that was just pure disrespect. She didn't try to hurt her with that. She just tried to pretty much paintbrush her with the sole of her foot. Oh, and Kelly Klein, she's smarting now. After that maneuver in the turnbuckle there to bring her down, Kennadi exercising her authority over this contest.
Sort of a fake Kurt Hennig style maneuver and turn into a some sort of modified chin lock.
And referee Mike Keener right where he needs to be.
And we're right where we need to be, and the audience is right where they need to be.
No truer words spoke on this broadcast just yet.
Is that my Fiji water you stole?
No, that's my Fiji. And that's
Where'd you get that one from?
I placed this one here before we sat down.
You stole from my bag.
No.
Hey, get back in the match.
Oh, sunset flip attempt. And Kennadi only letting Kelly get one on that one. Ooh.
And a boot to the boob.
The very voluptuous Kelly Klein.
Are you on your iPad now?
Well, yeah, I've got the promoter here communicating with me. I think he's trying to get me a message about the bell or... I see. And now, Kelly Klein wanting Kennadi to give her more. And Kennadi will give her a few of these martial arts style kicks, but Kelly a little quick there. Able to duck that last one. Oh!
And a boot to the mush. 2 count. You know, no one's really come close to pinning the other one at this point in the match. It's been rough. It's been physical, but no one's really come close to pinning each other.
Well, it looks like Kennadi has something on her mind, but Kelly able to scoop her off her feet and big time fall away slam right in the center.
Also known as the sack of shit.
Duly noted. And
because it's like you dump it like a sack of shit.
Well,
it's kind of self-explanatory.
I was going to say, the way that Kennadi Brink landed, she looked like a sack of potatoes or whatever have you. Oh, and now Kelly Klein able to mount somewhat of an offense. Here we go. A string of offensive moves, some forearms, followed by a flying clothesline. Looks like she's taking Kennadi Brink to school right now. And Schoolhouse rocks with that elbow right into the corner.
You didn't just say that.
You know, it pops in the old noggin. Almost kind of like an avalanche there.
With a clothesline, you mean.
How about that? Don't you dare sell Kennadi Brink short. Native of Baltimore, Maryland. Oh, but a nasty, natty mafia kick from the Cincinnati Navy, Kelly Klein. And the crowd is enjoying themselves here this evening.
Speaking of Cincinnati, are you going to paint the town red later?
Yes, the Cincinnati Reds.
Once again, self-explanatory.
And wait a minute. Ooh! I don't even know what you call that.
A hanging tree fall slam, or modified.
But not enough to put Kelly Klein away. At the last second, she was able to kick out. Oh, and now we see that frustration.
That's the Baltimore anger. People from Baltimore have attitudes.
I gotta tell you, I go through that town every day of my life, and you ain't lying.
Why do you go through that town?
You know, I live there.
Stick with the match.
Oh, okay. And now wait, is that an arm wringer, elbow, and pancaked her there with that flapjack-like suplex.
Dragon sleeper.
Could this be all?
Modified dragon sleeper.
Oh! And, well, broadcast colleague, I'm gonna have to leave you here while I announce the winner.